Welcome to the OK Show. It's a Monday. My name is Iceman.
Hey, what up? You got Rod Rodriguez.
All right, hear ye, hear ye. Tonight we're talking about Pinoy movies.
Noipi movies. Yes, yes. That's what we're talking about. It's long overdue. We've been talking about it all the time. So, but we never really dedicated
Right.
an entire
Right.
episode,
Craziest Pinoy
for this
movies, and
particular
when we
topic.
say crazy, it's like the most absurd lines you've heard, or the corniest titles, terrible acting, or just those crazy whatever, like those corny jokes that you've. I mean, I can't stand Philippine films. When I was a kid, I loved it, but when I grew older and more mature, I just can't stand it, man. There's always singing, there's always dancing, there's always somebody getting kidnapped,
Mm-hmm.
and the
Mm-hmm.
protagonist of the film would go rescue the whoever, and they always win, even if they didn't really have any training or whatever. Even if they only have a banana,
Absolutely.
and the other party, like they have Uzis and M16s and hand grenades and bazookas. All they have is, like a banana or some watermelons, maybe. And they still manage to save
Yeah.
whoever was kidnapped. Darn it. Darn it.
Yeah, an out of shape Nino Mulak can totally beat up a trained, experienced goon or henchman,
Not just an
or
out of shape Nino Mulak, but
probably
a,
like some
a,
bad
a little Nino Mulak.
like
Like a
and
little
then I guess the
boy. This is like, what, six,
or
seven?
super thin, yeah, like a little Isa Segura, like a like a little Isa Segura. You know what I'm saying?
What's
It's
wrong
like.
with these people?
Anyways, well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I mean, the funny thing about Filipino movies is a lot of these movies, uh, a lot of these movies actually have all these ingredients in one. It's the plot is all over the place, and we'll get to that. We don't really know much about Filipino movie history per se, and when comedy started, I guess the oldest comedian or the most iconic and one of the premier comedians per se, Filipino comedians would be Dolphy. We have some names that we'll mention, and they each have their own style, so we'll discuss that as well. Certain things you can expect from a Rene de Questas movie, certain lines that you hear from Jimmy Santos. It's a Tito Vic and Joey when it involves this. Some Filipino movies are even responsible for coming up with catchphrases or creating words, so to speak, that became part of our culture. So if anybody is going to be tuned in, and if you guys miss out on the episodes, by the way, a reminder, this is not exclusive to just live. So in case people watch this and they think, okay, the live run has, run its course, we missed that episode. No, man, just go to our Facebook page and you guys can watch the videos. And we do have a YouTube page. We don't plug it as much, but I don't recommend you to. I recommend you watch it on Facebook, because on YouTube the audio is so compressed because we don't have an premium account there. So we sound terrible. I mean, we probably sound terrible already, but we sound better on Facebook than we do on YouTube. That's for sure. So yeah, we'll talk about that, and spread the word, share it on your page, let your friends join in, and let's talk about Pinoy movies. I mean, they're funny. The worst thing would probably Ice be like a Pinoy movie that's funny without intending to be funny. You know,
That's
I mean,
true.
if it's a comedy, I get it, right? Right?
Yeah.
Because if it's a comedy, you
But
get it. It's
sometimes
a comedy. It's supposed to be
they are
funny.
accidentally funny. They're not meant to be funny, but then they come out funny. Now that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The thing is, like, I wish we had Dr. Drew Patel to join us, because we have a lot in common with Bollywood movies, and we have a lot in common with Korean movies as well, in terms of like the hugot and the plot lines for like romance movies. But we have a lot in common with Bollywood movies as well. They have a lot of singing and dancing, and I wish if Drew would tune in, or if he's probably super busy now, but hopefully he's in good spirits. Would love to have him, and just let us know if the Bollywood movies, if the intent is to be funny, or do they take themselves seriously when we watch those scenes that we probably kind of find silly, based on the cultural differences. Do they take offense if let's say we find a scene in a Bollywood movie that's funny, and it's actually not funny? Like for them, it's a deal, or it's depicting reality. Because a lot of Filipino movies, if it's funny, and we laugh at it, and it's okay. I think a lot of Filipinos. The thing with Filipinos is that we don't really take pride in our films. I mean, probably only name me your two favorite. Okay, name me your three or five top Filipino movies for you. Whether it's funny, whether
That's
it's
hard,
serious,
man.
whether it's a documentary, whether it's
I don't
uh,
know. It's hard.
or not even movies you like, just movies that you think you wouldn't be ashamed to show your foreign friends,
There's
your foreigner
none.
friends.
There's
Like,
okay. All right.
see,
Escapo was
it's
nice.
tough, right? It's tough.
Escapo was nice. Escapo. I mean,
Escapo,
I
okay.
remember that film coming out, and that was. I mean, for me, that was that was a breath of fresh air. You know what I'm saying? It was like, wow.
That was more of
We
a
can make
docu
films like
film,
this.
though, right? Like it was like
Yeah, it
it was
was. But
on real events, right?
we have action films and like other things, but yeah, but that film, because I was younger when that came out. I was maybe in high school when that came out. I mean, most of the films at that time were just silly. And when that came out, I was, wow, this, if we could make a lot of films like this, then it would be good.
We were
I know there were like so many good films directed by Lino Broca, but then these films are too
mhm.
heavy for me. Nora
Yeah,
Honor starred in it, Vilma
yeah, yeah,
Santos, Philip Salvador.
yeah, yeah.
Salvador. I've heard of these movies, and so I think I watched some of these movies for a bit, but I haven't really finished it. But I think it's just like too heavy for me at that point. When I was young,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
then
yeah. I get
I
you.
mean
I get
I'm
you.
the
Because
I'm
when
the
you're
person to be
young,
blamed because yeah, you stick with the Tito Vic and
it's
Joey,
either
the
comedy or
Dolphy
action,
movies.
right? Yeah,
Exactly
it's either
right,
comedy or
right.
action. It's either Lito
Then
Lapid or Tito Vic and Joey.
true, I got older, then I started complaining, but I mean the thing is, it was I and well probably my mom and my brothers who picked out the films that we watched in the cinemas. So there's nobody to blame really, but myself and my family. But still, you know what I'm saying?
The
Like
first
we
semi-serious Pinoy movie I saw, we were kind of forced to watch it during college. I don't know if you guys were made to watch it,
what
but I
was
was in
that?
Ateneo at the time. Sakai,
Oh
based on
yeah,
Macario
that I
Sakai's life.
watched. That I watched. Okay, that was good
We were
too.
made to watch that. I probably wouldn't have seen it, just by my own free will, but we were made to watch it. I did
Yeah,
not even know who
Sakai. I
Sakai was,
watched
what
it.
his role in
Okay,
Filipino history is.
I would put
We
it
were made
in
to watch
there. I
that.
would put it in there in the list. So
Muro
Escapo and
Ami, I
Sakai.
think. Muro Ami, I think we
Muroami.
were
I
made to
have not
watch that
watched
too,
that.
or
I
like, or
I
we had to
think I think a
self-take
lot of
it.
people have been watching that on the
Cesar
cinemas, and it was
Montano.
part of a curriculum, like some sort of like
But
film showing from like one of the subjects
yeah, yeah.
in
I
high
think it
school. I
was
think.
Muro Ami and Sakai, and these were all movies that came out when I was in college, and one also, I think I was still in college at the time. And this is an action Pinoy movie that for me kind of like, wow, this is not bad, but it's a product of its time. So now if you watch it, it's probably really stupid. Maybe not stupid, but it probably wouldn't hit you as hard. But Mista with the Padilla brothers,
Mista, yeah,
Robin Padilla, Mista. That was actually a pretty heavy take on. I know they were probably
right.
trying to rip off Platoon and Full Metal Jacket and all
Hamburger
these other
Hill,
American movies, Hamburger Hill, Behind Enemy Lines, maybe not Behind Enemy Lines, but there's another one, Casualties of War with Michael J. Fox, if you
hmm
remember that.
right?
That's also I think they were trying to rip off those movies because this was like a different kind of action film. And I remember there's a scene there where I think it was the character of Rustom Padilla. I think he was like their
Yeah,
platoon
yeah,
leader or something because he was the
just like in
smarty
Platoon, yeah,
pants and Mista. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
almost the
It's like
same
Mista
scene
is like
as
a,
Platoon.
a term that's addressed to each other by like PMAers, right? It's like
Right, right.
it's a PMAer thing. So and Robin is this guy who's been in the jungle for so long that he didn't even get to cut his hair anymore. So he's like this guy who's just like war freak kind of guy. And along comes this inexperienced but very learned Rostom Padilla, being like their head or something. And I remember a scene where I don't know if it was Rostom, but one of their mistas was like tied to a coconut tree. and the bad guys, I don't know if they were rebels or whoever they were, mga tulisan or
Right.
what, you know,
They
were
gunned him
taking
down, yeah?
turns like no, they were taking turns
Ah, no.
like, you know, slashing him with a
All right,
bolo.
slashing him.
Like,
Yeah, right.
yeah,
They were bludgeoning
tinataga.
him.
Yeah, they were like
Right.
bang,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
they would
Okay.
slowly like snipe these guys because he was like in the middle, and they were and for me watching that, and I was in college, I was like, whoa, this is different. I mean, this is not the typical like, you know, movie where the Japanese soldier gets shot, tas tatayo ulit. You know, like, you know, those typical pa-chung, 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 you know, like
FPJ
the Pinoy
films.
movies, FPJ films or war
Yeah.
movies that we saw back in the
FPJ
day.
would
That,
gun them down
you
again.
know,
All right, stand up because I'm going to gun you down
so
again. Brrr.
yeah. So basically, for those joining us, Patrick and Jepoy and whoever else is out there who's not chatting yet, let us know if you're out there. We'll give you a shout out and let your voice be heard through chat and let you have your input on the funny Pinoy movies episode. But we're just getting the serious movies out of the way just to give justice to Pinoy movies because we don't want Pinoy directors and Pinoy filmmakers and Pinoy movie lovers to say, oh, ginahat nyo naman,
Hang on.
generalize nyo naman yung Pinoy movies. It's
Okay.
not all
Patrick
stupid.
is
There
saying
are a
like
lot of
on
good
the
Pinoy
job.
movies.
I do not know this movie. What's this
OTJ,
movie on the
OTJ.
OTJ? What's this? I don't
I think
remember
this
this
is
one.
I think this was like, I don't know if this was Piolo and Ann Curtis or something like that. I think they showed this on Netflix. My wife saw it. I did not get to see the movie. I think it has a lot to do with like you know, like the drug war or drug trade or something, and they're like agents or
Right.
something, and they ended up like trying to kill each other or something like that. Gabby says there's only one Pinoy movie that I actually watched in the cinema. It was recommended to me by my brother who's critical of Pinoy movies. It was Antanging Ina. Okay. Now that's already a title. That's already his contribution to catchy and funny Pinoy titles. I mean, obviously we know what they were trying to say there. Antanging Ina. Um, and it's Ay de las Alas, right?
Right.
We're all kind of clouded with the plot of these movies. Maybe we saw some, maybe we saw parts of it. But if we know the movie a little bit, we'll share what our take is. Okay, Piolo and Gerald Anderson. Okay, I remember. Yeah,
Hmm.
Piolo. I don't know if
Hmm.
it was Ann Curtis or maybe that's a different movie. But it's kind of like a gritty indie film. I don't think ODJ or On the Job was a widely released.
I think indie
One movie that became
films
a mega hit
are actually better than
are better.
those.
Are better.
I think so. Like most indie films that come out are actually good.
Yeah,
But then
yeah.
it's
I,
kind of like not the type of films that you would want to watch on the cinema, right? It's like, it's an indie film.
yeah,
It's so,
yeah.
and I'm gonna skip this one.
Yeah, because they have like most of them have unknown actresses and actors, you know, but mostly people from theater.
True.
So you know, we were
Yes,
right.
but they are better
Uh,
actors. I would say they are better actors. The
but they're
ones who are in the
better.
indie
They're
films.
better. And usually the plot's gritty, and it's usually like close camera shots, and it's
Right.
usually taken in you know, like usually it's very gray and very dark and grimy. And you know, I think a lot of people don't really I think the reason for that is, you know, though they have more cinematic integrity and they're more obviously
Right.
artistic in their approach, a lot of people don't really want
And it's
to,
kind of
most Filipinos
sad.
don't really want to go to movies to watch a sad movie,
Mhm.
you know.
True. True. And you know what's
Right.
sad? Um, these films, these titillating films, like TF films, like these ST films, like
Yeah,
some of
yeah,
the good actors, like those indie actors, kind of
yeah,
like
yeah,
star in them, and they actually do good in those films. Like they did,
yeah,
some really good acting there. Like for example, Pen Medina, right? I
yeah,
think he appeared in some of
yeah, yeah.
these, like ST
I'm
films.
sure.
Who's that?
I'm sure.
Who's that guy from the Luna film, General Luna? Like in that what's that film
Oh
just
yeah, yeah,
recently?
yeah.
What's
I
his
forgot
name?
that guy,
The lead
but
actor,
he looks like the dad of it looks like the dad of my ex.
right? Like that guy has been in
Or
some ST
yeah,
films as well, and he does really good acting
yes,
there.
yes,
I
yes,
like the way
yes.
they curse, the way
He is,
they
yes.
they portray the characters. It is so
Yeah,
realistic.
yeah, yeah.
But these
Don
films are like,
Confiado. You know Confiado. You know
yeah,
Don
exactly.
Confiado,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Well,
Right. So these films, like
you
they
know Mon.
have good actors in it, but it's a film where it's like there's just like um like sex stuff, and most who watch it
Yeah.
are guys, and it's not, like their acting are not given
You,
um
you know
like
you know why? Did not given justice, not given justice, and the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
exposure that they deserve, right? Because it's brilliant
Right.
acting. But you know why? Why
Why?
these particular indie actors? I mean, Coco Martin started in indie films. If you
Right.
guys didn't know, he started doing these like sexy roles, but they were indie, like small films.
Right.
Rosana Rosas was never taken seriously as an actress until she did indie films like Ang Babae sa Bintana or Ligaya Itawag Mo Sa Akin. These were actually indie films, and it showed a little bit of skin, but it wasn't like the silly movies that she did, like Patikim ng Pinya and stuff, which was literally just to cash in on the sex. But I think the main thing why you said, why are these brilliant actors not given credit, and why are these guys, not that known? We don't even remember their names, but they're brilliant actors. Because I think we focus more on the acting, and I think themselves they focus more on their acting because these are not like tisoy people. Like you have guys like Dieter Ocampo, who's probably good looking, but he can't act worth crap. I mean, just be honest about that. Like these are ham actors. You have someone like Derek Ramsey, who's he's a stud, but in terms of his acting, come on, right? Will he be playing a convincing jeepney driver? I mean, come, diba? Right? I mean, it's not there. It's just not. They can't. But the guys that we see on the indie films, they look like us, the regular people. So and besides, they know they don't have the looks to bank on, so they
Is this
obviously
true?
focus more on their acting. Right? Yeah, actually, I kind of was. Jepoy knows this because during our I'll tell you the story with the Mark Anthony situation real quick since we're talking about Pinoy movies. Um, back when I was dating this exchange student girl from women's this Rotex girl. She went to Cebu with her fellow exchange student friends. There were three of them, all two from Canada, one from the States, which was her. She was from Michigan, and they went to Cebu for a
Hmm.
vacation, and she came
Right.
back. And then I think we went to Acropolis or something. I remember, and I think like Mark Anthony Fernandez was there or something like that. And she mentioned that she met the Guapings in Cebu. They approached them, the American exchange student girls or the exchange student girls, in the lobby of Cebu Plaza Hotel. I think it was Cebu Plaza, but anyway, so Mark Anthony invited them to go out at a club that night, and they got picked up by the van, and they went to a site in Cebu called Tops or something. It's a site in Cebu where people hang out, and she made out with Mark Anthony Fernandez. And she said she opened up to me. My girlfriend at the time, this exchange student, she opened up to me. I said, "Where did you make out with him?" And she said, "Because he's a celebrity." I mean, I didn't. She goes, "I have no idea who they are," but apparently people were crowding around them, and we just, they took us out. He tried to make out with me, and I just for that night, they were drinking beers and all that stuff. So I got kind of mad. And then I realized, dang, how many girls have these guaping guys made out with, right? I mean, would they even remember these girls? Will they even like? I mean, I'm pretty sure they're staying because I think they were in Cebu to campaign
If
for
you can't
a
remember the girls you've made
candidate.
out with, I mean, yeah, how much
He's not
more
gonna
these
remember, dude.
celebrities?
Yeah,
Of course. I mean, there are women that you've
you
made
don't
out with that
remember.
you don't
Hey, hold
remember.
on. Me? I don't remember the girls I made out with. What are you talking about? I'm not Mark Anthony.
You
I'm not
remember all of
guaping.
them?
The the girl. I
Yeah,
remember
that's what
all
I'm
of them.
saying. I mean, you're not
I
even a
don't remember all
guaping,
their
but
names. Yeah,
like
but what I'm
every
saying
single
is
one of
that's
them,
why Jepoy.
every single
That's
one of
why
them.
Jep. I mean, if I see them, yeah, I'd remember. I mean, most of the time, dude, we're drunk, So sometimes,
See, that's what I'm
kaon
saying. I mean,
bahaw, kaon dukot.
if you're in that situation, imagine these guapings.
Yeah, yeah.
Imagine
But anyways, that's why Jepoy brought that up because of that story where
probably
one of this
thousands,
girl I was
if not
dating at
millions.
the time
No, that's
made out
overstating
with
it.
a guaping
Thousands.
with Mark Anthony, and she admitted it to me. She's like, yeah, and I'm like, why? Well, that's how American girls are, It's like that's just because you're going out with
Well,
them
it's
doesn't
just
mean you
making out.
control
It's
their
a big
lives.
deal, right?
Well, saliva on saliva. That's kind of back in the day. I mean, come on,
I mean, yeah. I
come on,
mean,
like
for her, for yeah. I mean,
yeah, for
for
her, for
like,
her, for her, for her.
it's just
Yeah,
like, oh, it's just making out. What's a big
yeah,
deal, right?
yeah. But for me,
And he's a celebrity.
20. Yeah, but I was like 21 years old, and you have like a white girlfriend in Davao. That's kind of like a big deal. I was kind of marking my territory there. So I don't know. Celoso, possessive.
Excessive ka,
Yeah,
pre.
I learned my lesson, my friend
Excessive ka
Jepoy.
eh.
I learned my lesson, my friend Jepoy. I learned it, and he remembers that. I totally forgot about that. But anyways, so let's go back to the topic. Pinoy movies. Jong brings up a good movie. I have not seen the movie. My wifey has seen it. I think it was on Netflix. She sort of narrated the storyline to me. Kita
How do you
Kita
say this?
was so well
Kita
made.
kita or kita
It's
kita?
I think it's kita, like nakita kita. Parang ganun. I think.
Kita kita.
It's Empoy.
All right.
You don't even know Empoy because you're already in Japan when he became kind of like popular. But Empoy, I think, also
Right.
has indie roots. And Empoy is, I think, one of the titos of Manila. Like they have like a show for titos, kind of like us. Like we're titos.
Right.
We get together with Joe Fisher and Mao, and we're all titos already. So when we talk about stuff, we have this like old tito talk. That's kind of like how we started. I think the storyline here is what's the sister of Asunta De Rossi? She has a sister. Well, apparently, he's a better actress.
Alessandra.
Uh,
Alessandra.
Alessandra De Rossi
Alessandra
was
De
the
Rossi, yeah?
partner of Empoy, and I think she's blind in the movie, and I don't know what happened, but that's what my wife said. It was a really good film.
Right.
So, Jong, thank you for bringing that up. That props to the good movies.
All right,
But
but
let's
these
talk
are
about the
okay. All
funny
right,
movies.
let's talk about what makes it crazy. You know what I'm saying? That what makes it crazy. I mean, these are good films. Indie films, no doubt.
Pinoy.
Most of them are better than the like the
Pinoy.
mainstream films. Oh, really? This was shot at Sapporo? Oh my
Yeah.
god! Wow, good for them. I've never been to Sapporo.
Oh, the
I wish
movie.
I could go there. Yeah,
Kita Kita Kita. Is that how you say
Right.
it? That's a beer, right? Is that a beer? I think that's a beer.
No, it's a place in
Sapporo,
Hokkaido. Sapporo is like
It's a
in
beer, right?
Hokkaido, so it's not mainland. Yeah, it's also a
But
beer.
it's also like a brand of beer, right?
It's a brand
Yeah,
of
it's also a
beer,
brand of beer.
but
Okay.
it's
All right,
like
so-
that place is located in Hokkaido, which is far north. So this is like where the cold place is. Like the Winter Olympics and whatnot. I haven't been there. Really, I'm
Who was that bad?
surprised. Wow.
Who was that bad guy in Ghost Fighter? Was it Tarugo?
What?
Is that the
What are you talking
Japanese
about?
I hear that all the time. Taro.
I have a
That-
different
the bad guy with the
picture. Of
glasses.
See, that's what makes
No,
it
no.
crazy with Filipinos.
Tarugo.
Tarugo.
No. The guy
Who
with the
would
glasses
come up
has
with the
like
name
big muscles
Tarugo?
and the guy. in
Okay,
Ghost
Jepoy,
Fighter,
what
the
comes
bad
into
guy, I'm
mind
thinking that's a
if
place
you hear the word Tarugo or Jong? What comes into mind, man? See?
Toguro, not Taro.
Tarugo
Toguro.
Janate.
No, because I hear Tarugo all the time.
That is
Tarugo,
Nito.
that is Nito.
Okay, it's
Go to
either
Nito.
Toguro
Okay.
or Taguro. Which one is it? I think
Okay, that's the
Jong
guy.
has it.
So is it
Has it right?
What's
Like it's
Japanese?
Toguro?
Toguro or Taguro? What sounds Japanese to you?
Well, both sounds
That guy with big
Japanese.
muscles.
There's like a
like
ta.
tiny
There's like a
glasses,
to.
sunglasses.
Toguro,
Okay.
Taguro. So it's Toguro. Tuguro Ototo.
Otot-
So he's like the
Ototo.
younger brother. Tuguro, yeah, the Tuguro younger brother.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Di ko kabasa.
I know this
Okay.
is kanji.
Yeah, I'm sure Ice can do it.
Jong, this is kanji. So
Chin
if it's
Tagero.
hiragana, so these are Chinese characters. We call them kanji. I'm not kanji is really difficult. So right, yeah, I can't read it. But if it's hiragana, like Japanese characters, I
Yeah.
can't.
Okay, not,
These are
not
Chinese
what did I
characters.
say? Tarugo? Not Tarugo. It's
Tarugo.
Taguro. That's the guy I meant. That's the
Right.
guy. Anyway,
Younger
let's go back
Tuguro,
to Pinoy
yeah.
movies.
Because
just
Ototo
let's-
means
let's-
like younger
let's go back to
brother.
Pinoy movies.
That's what it is. Like if like Ototo is younger brother. So younger Toguro. All right.
Okay, let's go back. Let's do this chronologically. Let's go back and then let's go forward because we're not too familiar. I'm sure ISIS is on the same boat. We're not too familiar with the new comedies. I have Vice Gundam movies. I don't think I've seen a Vice Gundam movie. I know that is he made Private Benjamin and all these films, but I've never seen a Vice
Yes,
Gundam
yes.
movie. I cannot say that.
I'm just
the
answering
last
John, right,
probably
yeah.
brilliant or somewhat funny. Oh yeah, Manghod. So Manghod ang Ototo, like younger. So anyways, talking about comedies, the most probably recent that's funny Pinoy comedy that I've seen was probably Kimidora. And that was funny. I mean, I would say that the Kimidora has certain funny scenes. I think that's also an indie film. That's not from a big,
Right.
I'm not sure.
I don't think I'm
but
qualified to.
Kimidora. What
to
about you, Ice?
join-
What's the most recent?
No,
'Cause
I
we
know.
have to
Like
go
'cause I
back.
told you, I do not watch. I do not watch Filipino
I know.
films.
You haven't seen.
I don't. Like,
Okay,
I
let's
ju-
go back
like,
to
I don't
the
know.
beginning.
I just don't.
When you were a kid, what were you watching? What were you watching? What were silly
Well,
scenes that you remember?
TVJ,
What were the actors
Tito Vic and Joey,
or actresses
Babalu,
that are?
Chiquito, Panchito. I mean,
Have you
these
seen
were the
Have you
films I
seen
grew up
Gouda?
watching.
Have you seen Gouda?
Of course,
that's the
Gouda.
first- TVJ movie I've
Richie
seen,
the
Gouda.
Richie the
Yeah, that's the
Horsey
first
was
TVJ
there, and
movie.
he was like, on crutches,
Yeah,
and he was like,
and it's and it's
and he
I
was
don't
like
know
being
if
run
the
over
restaurant
by a
came
car.
first or the movie came first because Gouda is actually a restaurant in Manila. It's a gotohan. It's
Oh, I don't know.
like
I don't
almost like a
know.
Chow King. Gouda, right? It's Gouda, and I
Right.
okay. I know the roots of that movie because I remember the commercial. I think it's from a Nor soup commercial. Yung Nor noodle soup, yung nakasashay na mixes. And there's like a
Right.
Chinese chef who appeared in the commercial at the end of the commercial and he says, Gouda. And I think that spawned the movie because a lot of these Pinoy films, they take the ideas from things that are viral. Back then,
The real
things that
Chinese
were
soup,
viral were
Gouda. All right. I
commercials.
remember that.
Yeah. Yes. There you go. See, thank you, Jong. You remember, and Jong's much younger. Of the real Chinese soup. Yeah, was that Nor or Maggie or something? And then they came out with a movie with the same logo. And then the restaurant came out in Manila, never made it to Davao. Naging gotohan. So, but in the movie, what were they? They were like in a mobile. Was it a restaurant or a mobile like um
I don't remember
like Jackie
anymore.
Chan's
I
Meals
think
on
they had like
Wheels?
I think they had like a sort of eatery or like a carinderia. I don't really quite remember, but I'm pretty sure they
Pero
have
hindi siya
like
sa jeep na
may
they
puesto
just
sila.
prop open.
No, I
It
don't
was
think
a
so. Or maybe they could have like had
mobile.
like that sort of mobile thing, but
Mobile Gotohan. Okay, so
mobile
it's Mobile
gotohan. All right,
Gotohan.
okay,
It is.
mobile
That's,
gotohan.
that's what
All
John
right,
said. Yeah, John said.
mobile
Yes,
gotohan.
yes. I kind of remember. Okay. Maybe they ripped off Jackie Chan's Meals on Wheels or Wheels on Meals or whatever. Sige, that's the oldest TVJ movie I remember seeing. What about you?
No,
What's the
they also
oldest
have like
comedy
the
film you
no
remember?
they have so many films like Working Boys. That was a ripoff from the Working Girls, and they had Working Boys. So it's
Was
TVJ
that
as well.
the
I
jeep?
think
They're not jeepney drivers there, right? It's not. That's
no,
not
no,
where
no.
the
They were
jeepney
like
like.
they would just like do odd jobs. They fixed something like the I think what was that? They fixed the aircon. It like
Like
started
jack of all
like
trades,
snowing.
jack of all trades,
Yeah, yeah, something like that. And
jack of all
but
trades.
they couldn't fix things properly. Like they tried to fix an air condition, but then it was too
Palpak,
cold. Like it was
uminit,
like
uminit.
no, no.
So the guy
I
said,
remember a scene where it was like so cold. There was like snow in the room or something, and I
I'm
like, but
already
yeah, but
laughing, man,
they
just
would
thinking about it.
they would just like mess it up.
Because
So that was like Working Boys, and they
that's
also have
working
like
boys.
Send in the
Working boys.
Clowns.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
and they also did Send in the Clowns, and with JP de Guzman in it. So it was just like all these
Was
films
that a
that
comedy?
are
Because JP de Guzman is like a
it
boy
was
who cries all the time, right?
no, it was
It's more
it was a
drama,
comedy,
right?
a little bit of drama. So it's a dramedy.
Okay.
So drama and comedy. So JP de Guzman was there, and they were like Send in the Clowns. It's just like I don't
There,
know,
there-
like these TVJ films,
there's one I
and
just saw
like
on
always,
YouTube.
always they would be wearing women's clothes. They would always like act gay and whatnot. I mean, like why they always
Yeah,
do that? TVJ always did like
yeah,
hey, like,
yeah, yeah. And and
but for
and they
some reason I
always go
enjoyed it.
back to high
I loved it
school.
when I was
They
a kid.
always go back to high school. They always go back to high school. Like I just saw a movie on YouTube, TVJ, and the plot. I don't know the title. I missed it, but the plot was Tito Soto was the driver in a jeep, and then they were like the Soriano brothers, and they're inheriting money from their uncle in the states who's dying or who died. But in order to get the money, they have to finish high school. So they went back to high school, and then I think Nino Mulak was that in that school. JC Bonin, who I'm related to, is in that school. I forgot the title, but it seems like they always have to go back to high school. Michael and Madonna, di ba? Bumalik din sa high school si Rene Requestas. I think that's why
Yeah, I think
I'm
because
not sure if
maybe
that's where sino pumatay kay
maybe
Rizal.
right. Yeah, because I think
That's where
maybe
it came from.
they can't find um, a new setting where it would be funny. So they have to go back in school because, like in
High
school, there's
school.
always
Yeah,
like
yeah.
funny stuff going on. So they couldn't like
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
figure out how to put their comedy in certain situations. So they would always go back to like, all right, let's go back to school. Let's do high school, and it's usually high school.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not even college. It's
Yeah, it's
usually
usually
high
high
school.
school. It's not college. It's high school. But my understanding of it is I think they did that because karamihan ng nanonood ng sine would usually be magbabarkada na nasa high school. Or they did that because there was like a ton of teenage stars at the time. That's entertainment, baguettes. So So they had to come up with movie
Yes.
projects to include these
Hot
stars. I mean,
shots.
if you watch like the movies from the 80s, almost every movie had the same group. Yayo Aguila, Yula Valdez, you had JC Bonin, paulit-ulit. Sometimes you'd watch a scene, you would think it's Baguettes. And then you realize, no, it's actually like a Tito Vic and Joey movie, but they're just there. Sila Hero Bautista and these guys. And I think they did that to give these kids projects. But you're right. It's
Okay, let's
because
go.
it's
Let's go
also
with movie
funny.
titles.
Like
Let's go.
my
Let's
professor,
go.
right?
Right. So let's go for movie titles
Okay.
too, because
All right. All right.
we have a lot of films. All right. Okay, like for example, Scorpio Nights. I mean, Scorpio Nights, right? Like if you
Okay.
don't know the film, you don't know anything about it, and you hear Scorpio Nights, what would go into your head? Like, oh, what would this film be? Like, I mean,
Cynthia Ratrak.
Scorpio Nights. Like what? Like a martial arts
Cynthia
film?
Ratrak.
You would think that it's a martial arts film? All right. Because it's
Scorpio.
now it's
No,
like just
because
the
she
reference
does
is
the
always like
scorpion kick.
bastos, yeah.
She just
Like,
a scorpion
Scorpio
kick.
Nights
She goes
Sapudo?
like this.
Oh yeah, right. The scorpion kick. Yeah, I know that.
Okay, so hold on.
Right?
So why? Okay, do you know why? I'm assuming because the horoscope sign Scorpio is usually associated with being sexual, right? Is that your understanding of it?
I don't know.
Because my
probably,
that was my understanding of it. Because
because what? 'Cause Scorpios
because I
are
do horoscope
malibo.
stuff
Is that what it is?
and
All right. So if you're a
yes,
Scorpio,
they're known to be
you're
the horniest like
sexual.
horoscope sign.
All right. Okay.
Yes,
So
you're
maybe.
like
All right.
the
So I
most
mean, like,
sexual sign.
who comes
Sexually
up with these
preoccupied sign.
titles? Scorpionites. Pero
Pero
balahibong
wala namang
pusa.
scorpion sa movie, di ba?
Exactly.
Oh, I get
All
why
right.
it's balahibong pusa
All right.
because of Rica Peraleo.
All right.
Now,
What?
now
Because
we know.
she's balbon?
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. Bukas luluhod ang mga
Alam ka
tala.
naman.
All right.
She's not that balbon.
Bukas luluhod ang mga
Bukas
tala.
sulod ng mga tala.
Right.
Okay, okay.
But okay,
Okay,
this one I would
okay,
I would assume
okay.
it's drama.
Okay.
See, Koke. If I hear Koke, I'm not. Oh, that's a comedy film. That should be a comedy film. Seasid. What was
Dude.
Seasid?
Dude,
Was
what
it
year
a-
were you in
Was it
college?
an
When
SD
Koki
film?
came out, CC is, I think it is. Well, anyway, when Koki came out in college, there's this girl that I liked, and I always made her laugh by saying, "Okay ka, Koki," because I always say that. We were hanging out at Cafe Eliza, and every time I see her, she always cracked up. I don't know if she saw the movie, but I always but she never became my girlfriend. She became my friend's girlfriend, but I always liked her, and I always made her laugh by going, "Okay ka,
Are you
Koki." Every
sure?
time I'd see her.
Are you
at
sure you were
Cafe
in
Eliza.
college when Koke came out? I doubt
Okay,
it.
ka, Koki. I was. Check the year. I was. Probably 99, 98.
Ah, you're right.
99 or 98, maybe.
1997.
What year?
1997. 1997.
See?
97.
I was in college. Yeah.
You're right.
Okay,
Yeah.
Kak, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in college.
All right.
I was in
Okay.
third
Sex
year.
Drive. Okay, I would know
All right,
it's about sex.
sex,
You say Sex Drive, right? That would be about sex, no doubt. Yeah, I know. See,
Baguette-
it's like one of the
baguettes wasn't
DeRosi's.
a
So it's
word.
Asunta. I know, but okay, yeah,
Asunta,
that one,
Asunta,
yeah.
Baguettes wasn't a word until the movie came out, right? Did anybody use the word
Yes.
baguettes until the movie came
I
out?
don't think so. When
What's
that movie came
I don't
out,
know, it
like
wasn't-
they referred to younger folks as baguettes. Yeah?
Pagbata
Ay,
ka,
baguettes
yeah,
mga
yeah.
naoy.
Yeah.
Right? Ay,
Yeah,
mga baguettes.
Pag tiguang, ano gani? Thunders?
Gurang.
Pag matanda, gurang. All right, you're right, gurang.
Yeah, they would use the term gurang.
And
All right, okay.
Yeah.
Tag-ulan noon ang bukid ay basa. What? Are you serious, John? Was there a film like this? Tag-ulan noon ang bukid ay basa?
Good luck figuring this out during charades. That's a movie?
Tag-ulan noon ang bukid ay basa. Yeah, I know, right? I mean, if that's in the charades, if one of the films, then that would be like, well, good luck. I don't think somebody can figure it out.
That's kind of
Okay,
tough.
so
That's tough to litok. You know, when you want to tell your friend, bite. Ano tag movie? Ano man? Tag-ulan noon. It's like a statement. You know? Tag-ulan noon.
it doesn't really make sense. Okay,
It's a real movie.
That's a real movie. Like for example, okay, Tataynik.
Anak. Tataynik
Tataynik,
funny,
wala
man.
stick kong pumitik. Yeah, I know, but Tataynik, wala stick kong pumitik. Like,
Yeah. Isprikitik. Isprikitik. Wala stick
Right?
kong pumitik. Ang tatay at tatlong
Okay,
tatay
then-
kong pakitong-kitong.
right? All these titles. Okay, comedy films in the States. Like they don't have titles like this. You know what I'm saying? Tataynik, wala stick kong pumitik.
Pila Balde. Pila Balde.
Is it Pila Balde?
Do you know what Pila Balde meant? Pila Balde. You know who was in there?
Hang on.
Papaya Medel.
But
aka
you know,
Ayamidel.
Aya Medel,
Ayamidel.
Aya
Ayamidel.
Medel.
But I saw
All
that.
right.
I saw that movie. I think
How
I
about
think
that?
Jepoy
How
saw
about
that.
that very
Taring King King.
popular?
Yeah, there was a movie called Taring King King.
Yeah,
There was a
Arikin.
movie called Taring.
See, man,
Ayamidel.
isn't it embarrassing?
You know what Pila Balde means though? You know what Pila Balde was about?
Well,
You know why it was
um,
called Pila Balde? Well, I mean,
pinagpipilahan. Is that what it is? Pinagpipilahan? In
yes, yes,
demand?
yes, 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 yes,
In
yes. Because
demand.
in
Pila balde.
di
So
ba in
it's like in
Manila they
demand,
don't have
pinagpipilahan.
their areas that don't have money, so they don't have money. They don't have water, so they have water rationing. So
Right.
people will line up with their balde to get the water ration. But it actually refers to her character as this woman in that neighborhood. Nah, you're right.
Pinipilahan.
Pinagpipilahan.
Right.
Parang, yeah, yeah. You kind
Right.
of
Okay.
get the
She's
drift.
like the best whore in
Um,
town. Is that what it is?
yeah, Aring King King. Kind of like, yeah. Maybe nakipila ka na rin
Isus
doon. I don't know. I don't
isusumbong kita
recall.
sa
I don't
tatay
recall.
ko.
You might have been there. Yeah,
Isusumbong
that's
kita sa tatay ko.
FPJ. That's FPJ
Isusumbong
and
kita sa tatay ko. Translate that in English. Translate that in English.
Julian. Julian sa
Translate that in
I'm gonna tell
English.
my dad
See
about you.
if that would,
I'm telling my dad about you.
if that would
I'm gonna
fly.
tell on you. I'll tell my dad on you. Tell my dad. Okay.
Okay,
My dad will
walang
find
matigas
out.
na
Tell my dad.
tinapay sa
All right.
mainit na
Walang
kape.
matigas na tinapay sa mainit na kape.
No
Okay. I
hard
remember who
bread
stars in that. Do you remember who stars in that?
to a hot coffee. There's no hot bread to a hot coffee. That would be a long title.
Yeah. 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 You know who starred in that movie?
Uh,
I can still remember the
oh, man.
Bong Revilla and Lani Mercado.
Bong
I
Revilla.
can
All
remember
right,
the
okay.
poster. Bong Revilla was like doing the laundry. And I think Lani Mercado was like telling him to
All
do
right,
it. That's
okay.
so sexist, right?
Bala
But
at
nobody reacted to
lipstick.
that. Like, there's no
See?
such thing as right.
Bala at lipstick.
Okay.
Bullets in lipstick? Oh,
Wh-
man, come on. That would
One
be
of my
so corny.
favorite Filipino actors. One of my favorite Filipino
Who?
actors. You know who? Not
Eddie
Zoran
Garcia?
Legaspi, who also stars in that movie. Roderick Paulate. Roderick Paulate. You know the storyline? Roderick Paulate played dual roles in that film. It's brilliant. He was born with a twin brother, but they were separated. All right. The other one became a goon, like Roderick na lalaking lalaki, action sa goons, like a criminal hoodlum. The other one is gay, the gay Roderick, and their paths crossed. And Roderick plays both roles, so it's if you have a chance to see it, watch it. It's
They
he
have to
really kind
make
of
the
like I
other
don't know, sort
brother
of
gay, huh? They have to make the
yeah.
other
The other
brother
one's
gay.
gay.
They could just
Yeah, the what?
they could have just
Who's
made
Roderick
like the
Paulate?
the
That's
the,
kind of a
the, the other brother's goon, then the other brother's like just a regular guy. They have to make the other brother gay.
yeah.
It's just
No,
like
no, because
pathetic.
because that's Roderick Paulate's specialty, and it's a comedy.
I
It's not
know,
gonna be
right?
funny
I
if
know.
Roderick's there and he's
But
like,
is he gay
regular.
in real life?
That's
Is Roderick Paulate gay in real life?
there's. I think he is. I think he's a very like he kind of gay. I don't know, but he had a girlfriend before. But there's a
I
Japan was
think
involved
he's a
in that
very
movie.
interesting character. Like, I don't really know for sure if he's gay or not. All right.
Ice.
It's just a
The
yes or no
popular
answer.
line.
Is he gay in real life?
There's a
Yes or no. I think
I
he's a
can't
very.
speak for him, so I'm leaning towards
So
I
you
think
don't
he
know.
is. The-
All right.
There's a
Okay.
popular line in the movie that he goes, imported to galing Japan. I think he was trying on a lipstick, and then the
All right.
sales lady or something was like asking him about it. So I think Japan was already known for expensive makeup back then.
Mhm.
So because that line was in the
So what's
movie.
this?
Tanga and
Drawings.
chos.
Tanga and chos. What's it like? Tanga and social. Is that what it is?
Tanga. No, like tango and cash. It's like tango and cash,
Tanga and
right?
chos.
Tang,
So see, it's
tanga
a
and
ripoff from
chos,
Tango and
right?
Cash. Oh man. Rambuto.
Yes, but I
Rambuto.
never heard of this movie.
Like
I've never.
the Americans had they have Rambo and we have Rambuto.
Last blood. Ano nga yun? No blood. No blood. No,
No
blood.
blood. First blood. And they
No
have like
blood.
no blood.
It's
Tarantado
Palito,
ka.
right?
I think yeah.
Weng Weng.
Oh,
Weng
man.
Weng movies, dude. Agent. I don't know. It's Agent something. But I know there's like a Weng Weng movie where he freaking jumped off a building and used an umbrella, and you could see like when he jumped off the umbrella, the effects was like payong, and there's like a doll that's just like Weng Weng, like just hanging in the special effects. It's so obvious that it's not a real person. It's literally like they threw a
Right. Oh
doll
man,
with an
terrible,
umbrella.
terrible.
Anyway, I'm a Weng Weng fan. I'm sorry. I'm a Weng Weng fan. But anyways, Tanga and Chos. Okay. Pinoy movies,
Lastic man,
funny Pinoy
lastic
movies.
man.
Actually, I think was that Big Soto?
I
Um,
think so.
uh, what are you trying to do, anak? What are you trying to tell me? Okay. Pag dumikit, kumakapit. Kapag ang palay ay naging bigas, diligin ng suka ang uhaw na lumpia. Okay.
Wow.
That apparently is a real movie. Diligin ng suka
Kapag puno,
ang uhaw
kapag
na
puno
lumpia.
na ang salok, right? Kapag puno na ang salok.
I don't even know what a salop is. That's like a Tagalog thing, right? Salop. Is that pagpuno ng salop? Iyo ang akin ang tundo, iyo ang Cavite. Remember that?
Iyo ang tundo, kanya ang
FPJ
Cavite.
and Ramon Revilla?
Yes, iyo ang
Yeah.
tundo, kanya ang
Yeah, kanya ang
Cavite.
Cavite. Okay. All right. Partners. Who starred in that movie? Partners. Come on. You know that movie. They showed that at Gym Mall.
Partners.
We were already
Partners?
DJs at that time, I think.
Is that
Partners.
an FPJ film?
Partners.
Okay, FPJ and
Yes, Jeff
okay,
would
the other
know
one's a
because he's
comedian.
really
Yeah?
good he plays billiards.
All right, it's okay.
No, well,
Okay,
he's
so it's
funny, but he's not a
FPJ
comedian.
and so it's FPJ and Efren
And
Reyes Jr. I don't know,
I'll
like
give you a
Efren
clue.
Bata Reyes.
Yes. Yeah, Efren
Efren
Bata
Bata
Reyes.
Reyes
Not Efren Reyes Jr.
and
Efren Reyes
FPJ.
Jr. is a
Yeah,
karate
like
guy.
that's different guy. That's a different guy, right?
He's a karate guy. Efren
Efren
Bustamante.
Bustamante. That's a different billiard player. Django Bustamante. That's a
Django.
different. Django Bustamante. That's a different billiard player, Patrick. We're screwing names up. All right, yeah. Efren Reyes, not Junior. Efren Bata Reyes.
He's been in Australia
Efren Reyes
too
Jr. 's,
long.
you know, like
He's been in Australia too.
the karate person. That was
Efren
wrong, though, yeah.
Bustamante.
Efren Bustamante.
Yeah, anyway.
It's like they have a
Efren
love
Reyes.
child
Not Efren
together.
Reyes Jr. Efren Bata Reyes.
Efren
Right?
Bata Reyes, yeah.
No. The karate guy who lives in the States who played the Ninja Turtle in costume. It's not
Ernie
Efren
Reyes
Reyes, it's
Jr.
Ernie Reyes. Ernie
Reyes Jr. and we have
Ernie
Efren
Reyes Jr.
Reyes. And
Not
we have
Efren
Efren Reyes, the Filipino
Yeah.
actor. Then Ernie Reyes Jr. is the one who started Ninja Turtles. Then we have Efren Bata Reyes,
Yeah.
who's the world champion, a billiard world champion. Then we have Django Bustamante, who's also a really good billiard player.
Let's do a little. I'll do a little puzzle thing here to ask you. You can take a wild guess if you know. If you just based on my credibility as a friend of yours. All right, Ice. I'll give you a movie title, and you tell me if it's a real movie or it's fictional.
Mhm.
Okay. All right, but don't Google it. Don't Google it. Okay.
No, I'm
So
not
I'm
Googling it.
gonna tell you. You tell me. Okay. Movie title. Bangkatabs.
No, that's a big no. It's not a movie. Are you kidding me? I don't watch these films, but I'm aware of films coming out. That's why I don't watch them, because I know these films suck. But Bangka Taps, I don't think that's a film. I don't think that's a real film. See? Why are you laughing? It's not a real film.
I mean, no, because we're talking about silly titles here. I mean, what? I'm thinking maybe it's just some hot house helper or something that,
No, I don't think. No, nobody would even think of that title except you.
Because I'm sure you remember one of our co-DJs back then was lusting after their house help. Like,
Really?
don't say what it is, but he would always refer
Really?
to her.
Well,
as
no, I'm trying to
J-Lo.
think. I'm trying to think.
Oh, yeah.
Really? Really?
Okay, what do you think it would be? But don't say what you think it is.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
He would always tell us
I
about
have it
their
in
house
my-
help, and I was always so intrigued about, like, so how does she look like? So I was thinking maybe, anyway, tatarin ng bala
okay,
si Madelo.
Oh, yeah, I know that. Tatarin ng bala si Madero. That's a Lito Lapid,
the heck is
Lito
that?
Lapid film. It's a Lito Lapid film.
Wow.
John, am I right? Am I
Patayin sa
right?
sindak si Barbara. Patayin sa one of the scariest
Yes, I was
movies
about
ever,
to bring
right?
it up. I think so.
Patayin
Patayin sa
sa-
sindak si Barbara.
It's scary. Have you seen that
I
movie? It's
know.
freaking
No, I did not watch it.
scary,
I
man.
was like, well, I did went
Uh,
into the cinema to watch it, but I didn't
okay,
watch it because I was closing. My eyes were closed the whole time.
okay. Were you were you the one with my wifey? She wasn't my girlfriend, but I remember. I think it was her, and I think it was with you. You were talking about the movie Feng Shui or some Chris Aquino movie where like there's a scene where like the dead lady was like lying down in the coffin,
Right,
pinaglalamayan. Then all of a sudden, like I think it was Chris Aquino like looking down, and then when
right.
somebody talked beside her and she looked beside her, it's that lady who was in the coffin, like,
I think
and it's
so,
like
dude.
creepy,
Come on,
man.
man. My right, yeah, that was a good film. That was a good
Yeah,
film.
what? Patayin sa sindak si Barbara. That's creepy, man.
No, no, like
Like,
no,
oh
no.
my god, like
That one and Feng Shui, or as I would say, Feng Shui.
yeah. Feng Shui. No, there's another one. I know Feng Shui. Feng Shui. I don't really know how
My
to say it
classmates would
properly, but
laugh at me
yeah, Feng
because
Shui
I would like
supposedly.
say
I've
that.
never seen Feng
I
Shui
would say
anyway.
that whenever I do
Feng Shui.
recitations.
Feng Shui.
Yeah, yeah, like oh yeah, like feng shui, and always like feng shui. They would like tease me. This was in Ateneo back in the day. Puti ilong mo,
Okay. For some
Hey, Jeffoy, puti
ilog,
ilong mo ice or itlog mo ice? Which one is it? Ilong
probably
or
itlog.
itlog?
Probably itlog because you're
Puti
scaredy
itlog
cat.
ni mo. Yes,
Um, first Patrick says for some reason Filipino X-rated movies have weird titles. How many Filipino X-rated movies have you seen, Patrick? Because when you talk about Filipino
okay. I think
X-rated movies, they're like
Patrick means
not.
ST films, not
They don't have
X-rated
titles.
films.
Yeah,
Are you
not
talking about like
X-rated,
ST
man. Like with,
films? Yeah, like
I mean,
Patikim
okay,
ng
what
Pinya,
X-rated Pinoy
Sariwa.
movie have you seen?
No, I have not seen an X-rated
Have you
film.
seen One Ice? Like it's
No, I have
actually
not. A Filipino X-rated
I
film, I haven't watched
Pinoy.
any.
I've
Yep.
seen, but like there's no title. It's like just like this girl who's just
Wow.
being. It's usually a scandal.
I
Parang
know.
scandal. Parang galing yata sa
All
galing
right.
sa phone mo yun eh. Bluetooth mo. Papasa doon.
Galing
No,
sa
no. It's
phone.
like usually there's no there's no title. There's no title. I don't recall there's a title. If it's an X-rated Pinoy film, there's no title.
I know
I think
X-rated is
X-rated is
different from
different.
R18, of course. That's why I'm saying it's like ST films.
Yeah.
We have ST films or TF films
Yeah.
or titillating films actually. So it's kind of redundant when you
What's the
say TF
sexiest
films, but
movie Pinoy movie you've seen? What's
um,
the Pinoy movie you've seen that every time it
okay.
comes on, you want to be alone in the room?
I don't know, man.
Is
But
it?
okay, here's the thing.
Is it?
There's
Yeah.
this one ST film back in the late '90s, or was it like mid '90s? That really shocked me because this woman I've seen
Yeah.
on like on TV, and I've seen her on some films, and she was never quite the sex symbol for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she has a pretty face, but she wasn't
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
like a sex
Yeah.
symbol. I never looked at her that way.
Yeah.
But then when Machete came out,
Yeah.
Vivian Foz, man, I was like, fuck me. You know what I'm saying?
What?
I was like,
She took her
Vivian
clothes
Foz
off?
was hot. No,
She
she
took her clothes
didn't, but she
off?
was like, no, I know, but she was like sexual in that film. I think she was like trying to um have sex with the with the statue, with the Machete statue. I think she tried to do
Are
that
you
there, but
sure
I
that
don't
was
think she
Vivian
took her clothes
Foz?
off. It was Vivian Foz. Come on. Okay, let's
Okay,
Google it.
is this okay?
See if I'm wrong. See if
Hold
I'm
on,
wrong.
hold
I
on,
hope
hold on,
I'm
hold on,
wrong,
hold on.
but she didn't
Who's
strike me as like a
Machete?
sex
Who's
symbol.
Machete? Who's
Gardo
Machete?
Versosa.
Okay, is
Gardo
leading lady was
Versosa.
Vivian Foz?
No, no, no,
Are
no. She
you sure it
was a
wasn't
part
Vivian
of that
Velez?
film. No, 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 no. Vivian Foz was in there, but the main who was the main who was the leading lady there? Okay, Machete. Let's Google Machete. All right, Machete.
Probably Don
Uh,
Zulueta or something, or
no, no, no. It wasn't. It wasn't.
probably
Who was
Don.
the Rita Avila? Rita Avila was the lead lady
And
there, the leading lady.
oh
Machete,
yeah,
Gardo
Rita Avila.
Versosa.
Yeah, I remember her.
Right.
Like I think
So
all her movies had just Tony Alarcon, right? Like I don't think Rita Avila made a movie without just Tony Alarcon, right?
Machete
Um,
Philippine film. All right. Okay. Can you check? Can you check if Vivian Foz was actually there? Machete Vivian
okay.
Foz.
Machete is different from the just Tony Alarcon movie where like he's dead,
Yes,
right? And
she
he still plays
was.
the piano.
She was in the 1990. She was in the
Okay.
1990 film Machete. So it was Rita Avila, Rina Reyes, and Vivian Foz. So yeah, I never really looked at Vivian Foz
Wow.
in that light until that movie came out, and
Yeah,
I
me
was like,
too.
damn.
Me too.
I was like, damn it,
Usually she plays
man.
the role of like a
Vivian
mom,
Foss,
right?
a
like she's
mom
a
or an
mom or like
aunt, right?
a rich
And then all
wife.
of a sudden in
Yeah.
that film, she was
Yeah.
sexual, and I was just like, I was blown away. And
Yeah.
I
So
never
that's
felt the
the
same
movie for you that
watching
kind
her
of
on
like
TV.
titillated you. That's the movie.
In a
That's the
way,
movie that
because
was
I didn't
titillating for
expect.
you.
Yes, because I didn't expect that Vivian Foss can be that sexual, and
Well, I
can
remember
really
watching
like.
in
Man,
I forgot the
damn it,
cinema, but I remember watching
that changed me, man. That changed me.
Totoy Mola
Totoy
with
Mola. That was with Rufa May
who's that guy?
Quinto, yeah.
Totoy Mola. God, was
Totoy Mola, Rufa May Quinto
a
was in
lot of
it.
girls, but
Jay Manalo, Jay Manalo, Jay
Jay
Manalo,
Manalo, Jay Manalo. Yeah, yeah.
Jay Manalo, yeah.
You know what? They have an uncut version of that. They showed that in a theater in CM
Ah,
Recto. I'm
okay,
not gonna name the theater because
okay.
I saw the
Hang
movie
on.
again.
So
Dindy Gallardo. Dindy Gallardo had a nipple exposure. In Dindy Gallardo, she was like Binibini Pilipinas Universe. She had a nipple exposure in Totoy Mola, but I try to find that scene everywhere. I can't find it. But okay, you know what my favorite scene is ever in Pinoy movies?
what?
You want to know? I have it on my phone. Save. You know what it is? It
What?
involves it involves Joko Diaz and Jessa Zaragoza. That's my favorite scene in Pinoy movies. And if you haven't seen it, dude, what's wrong with you? Joko Diaz and Jessa
Yeah, I know
Zaragoza.
Joko. Like I think
Now
he
I know why
starred
Ding Dong married her.
in some SD films. All right, yeah, I think John's right. I think the first Machete was Cesar Montano and not Gardo Versosa.
So that was the
Yeah,
Cesar
so
one. The
that was the
Vivian
first
Foz.
one. Machete 1. That's the Machete Part 1.
I think
Machete
I think the
Part 2
Gardo
was
one was Rosana Rosas already, right?
Rosana Rosas. Yeah,
Rosana
Okay,
Rosas.
all right. Thanks, John. Yeah, so it was Cesar Montano, then you have Rita Avila, Rina Reyes,
Ice.
and Vivian Foss. Oh man.
Jepoy's ice.
Anak mo yan.
Look at Jepoy's message.
Jepoy, this is my house. I'm not scared in my own house. All right, so better luck next time, my man.
Dude, I'll tell you this. Ice, I'll tell you this though, and I saw this on a documentary in about Japan. It's true.
Right.
If you get a house that's cheap, usually somebody died there. But they're not obliged to tell you if you're the second.
No, they are
owner.
obliged to tell you.
Only
they are obliged to tell
if
you.
you're the second.
No.
If you're
The
the
rules
second,
here
but
in
if
the
you're the
house,
third,
they
they're
have-
not. No, they're not supposed. No. Like if you're
No,
the
it's a
third,
rule here.
they're not. You're not, or something like that. If you're the second, and I know.
That's-
But if you're the third buyer or something, they're not. Like only if you're the second or the first or
bound
something like that.
you what you're buying into. That's just like one of the films that you saw. That's not true. In Japan, they ought to tell you what happened in that house. In this house, it's fantastic. Right.
Okay, this is the Ring. Is the Ring a Japanese horror movie? The Ring.
It is a
Is that
Japanese
Japanese or because
so
I'm
it's
confused
Ju-on.
between Japanese, Korean, Thai, Indonesian horror movie. Ju-on is
No,
Japanese.
The Ring
too.
is a Japanese
So what
film.
does Ju-on
It's a
mean?
Japanese film. Ju-on is I don't know, but
Yeah, because
I thought before that was I thought it was Korean before, but it's like I found out it's like Ju-on is like kind of popular and like kids
Yeah,
don't
I
like
get
it.
confused.
Yeah, no,
I get
yeah,
confused.
like and we say
It's like
Samara,
that kid,
but
right? With Pinaso.
right. Yeah. So Juon and
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Samara and like the Ring, we like the girl there is called Samara, but it's not Sadako. Like yeah, she's Sadako in like Japan.
Yeah.
So they say Sadako. And they always do a prank on TV, like that Sadako prank.
But if you get
Like,
scared watching these Japanese movies,
dude, I don't watch Japanese
no,
movies.
yeah.
They
Like
shit out of me.
no,
They scared the shit out of me.
dude. If you want to stop being scared, if you want to stop being scared of these movies, just watch Scary Movie. The Scary Movie 3 to Scary Movie 2.
Right?
They totally take away anything scary about
Exactly.
these films.
Yeah, exactly.
So
They
silly,
would
but-
knock some sense into you. Takes
They would-
away the
yeah, they would spoof it.
the scariness of whatever that
It
movie
makes it
is.
funny. Okay,
Anyway,
so
okay, all right.
Pinoy
What about
movies,
lines?
comedy movies. Okay,
What about lines?
Okay,
What about
that's good.
lines?
Hugot, or anything.
I don't know. Like, do you call that hugot? Or just like famous lines like "Pagsisimba kang may bulak sa ilong."
Oh yeah, that's not
Right?
Hugot, man. That's
Who
like
said that?
that's probably like the Paquito Diaz or something.
No,
Who was
that's FPJ said that. "Magsisimba kang may bulak sa ilong." All right, so It's like
Okay,
really
so
cool.
another FPJ line. Another FPJ line. Um,
Hang on. Another FPJ line.
Nahukay na ang libingan
Hmm.
mo. Something like that. I don't know. Maybe he said that. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
whenever I
yeah.
think of
Hukay
FPJ
ng
doing it, I
libingan
think
mo.
of Joe. I think of Joey De Leon. I think of Joey De Leon, like doing his panday with his sideburns. Joey De Leon's like,
Isang bala
okay,
ka
all
lang.
right. So,
Yes, isang bala ka
Sabala ka
lang. Yeah,
lang.
I think
Yes,
that's an
yes, yes,
I
yes,
think
yes.
that's an FPJ line.
That's
Isang bala ka lang.
a legendary line. That's a legendary line.
Sisimba kang may tulak
Marami
sa
ka pang
ilong.
kakaining bigas. Marami ka pang
Marami ka pang kakainin
papunta ka pa lang,
bigas.
pabalik na ako. That's Eddie Garcia.
Right.
Eddie Garcia. I think he said that to Rustum Padilla in a movie where they're both
Ah,
cops and he's like the
okay.
old
So
cop.
here's the complete title. Isusumbong kita sa tatay kong hudlong. Mark Lapid has the
Okay.
best line, saging
That
lang
must
ang may
be
puso.
Robin Padilla, right?
That's absurd.
Mark Lapid? Mark Lapid? The son
Your
of Lito
brother
Lapid.
is not a pig. Who said that?
Okay. From what movie is that? I know what movie that's from. And I know the actress.
It's the
Do
same
you
as
remember?
no. Is it the same as Walang Himala? No, it's a different one.
You know
It's
what
a
movie it's
Vilma
from?
Santos, yeah? It's a Vilma Santos movie.
No.
I forgot. My brother's not a pig.
No, hold on. Fleur Contemplacion?
No, of course not.
Where
My
would she
brother's
say
not a
that though?
pig. No, this is about
Are
like
you
the
sure?
US
Is that?
bases,
I
like
think it's from Fleur
the American
Contemplacion.
servicemen. No, Flor
My
Contemplacion.
brother
No, it
is not.
no, no. Flor Contemplacion was hanged. She was hanged in Singapore. This movie was about American servicemen
I know,
shooting
but
Nora Honor's brother in Pampanga or something. Like when they have like those U.S. bases,
okay.
and like people cannot like be in the
Okay.
perimeter of like their territory, so they would like just randomly shoot kids who are there because thinking they're
So what's the
threats
title
and
of the
whatnot.
movie? My brother is not a. Is that a title of the movie? Nora Honor in My
Uh,
Brother is Not a Pig. It don't. I think they used that in a Mangwan commercial. Like I think my chicharon is not a pig or something. My crack. I know they used that in that line in a commercial. My cracklin is not a pig. Something like that.
My brother is not a pig. There goes the immortal line
Second
of
rate
Nora Honor in her
Shanghai.
1976 multimil. Minsay isang gamo-gamo. It's a 90s.
Minsan may isang
It is
gamo-gamo siguro.
Minsay isang gamo-gamo. A 1976 multi-awarded film. All right.
Wow.
Okay. Minsay
Philip
isang
Salvador
gamo-gamo.
probably stars there.
Once a
Pretty sure
moth.
Philip Salvador's there.
Translated in
Second
English.
rate, trying hard copycat.
Yes, we
That's
just talked about that. We just talked about that last night. I was like, see, here's the thing. Because that came to mind. I told my wife,
what?
remember that famous line by Cherry Hill? You're nothing but a second rate, trying
Yeah.
hard copycat. And she,
What movie
like
that's
she
from?
splashed.
Wine, I think. Wine or something.
Was it wine or water? It could have been wine or water, but she splashed
they were
this,
like in a restaurant.
wine
Yeah.
glass in Sean Kenneth's face.
Yeah.
But then, see how stupid Filipinos are.
Okay.
They would come up with a parody of it. One of the TVJ films, I think.
Yeah, lihim buhanga.
Like
lihim buhanga din. Like they changed the language.
No. I think they use the same line. You're nothing but a second rate, trying hard, copycat. Then the person like poured like water or maybe wine. I think it was water, like in a wine glass. Then I think it was Vic who was like, gumanti siya with a really big wine glass. It was really big. Like it was like a pail of water. And it was like, walang hiya. Kind of whoosh. So that was so funny. Who would come up with these things? That was an iconic
That
line.
reminds me of that
scene.
That reminds me of that scene in Ace Ventura where the greeting was the African greeting was to spit on him. And then Ace Ventura, who was Jim Carrey, goes, so that's how you greet people you're here and whatever that. So he goes, and they all came out of the cave.
It's the same thing. It was the same thing. I mean, I was thinking like,
I don't know. That probably came first.
That
probably came
parody.
first. Okay, what movie is that from? Was that from Bukas Sulod ng Mga Tala or between Walang Ning
No, no,
Ning?
no.
What movie is that?
I think between Walang Ning. It's between Walang Ning Ning. I think I would say between Walang Ning Ning.
Okay. Who was your secret crush during the 80s? Because I have a friend, his name's Eleazar. He's a Filipino friend, but I went to high school in the States with him. And back then he was like, he would never stop talking about Alice Dixon. And I've never heard of Alice Dixon because when I left the Philippines, Alice Dixon wasn't popular yet, but he came to the States later. And he had this scrapbook of all the pictures of Alice Dixon. So we would keep talking about Alice Dixon. And obviously that was his crush. Who was your kind of like your crush back then growing up? Who's obviously older now. Um, you know, like a MILF, you know.
What do you mean a MILF? Hang on.
Who? Because I mean, like,
My
was
crush?
Carmen Martin wasn't never really pretty, right? She's just sexy, right? Like Carmen, like Vivian Vela, she
Yeah,
was really
she
sexy.
was
Like Carmen
sexy.
Martin wasn't really like pretty. She was sexy.
Dude,
She
when
was
I was a
sexy.
kid, I wasn't thinking about sex and
Well,
stuff like
yours was
that. So, like, I would just look at the face and like, oh, she's so
I had
pretty. Like, I thought Sharon Cuneta was very pretty,
okay. Who
but
always I had
nothing to do with
a
like sex and stuff. Just like, oh, she's so pretty, she's so beautiful.
what's her name? Gretchen was not never. I don't remember Gretchen because the ST films came
Well,
out. I was already
okay,
in the States, but I remember
when
what's her name?
no, like
Dina
okay,
Bonnevie.
at
Dina
that time I
Bonnevie
was
was
already a
pretty.
teenager. Yeah, but Dina Bonnevie was like I was a kid when I first started. So it's just more of like, oh, she's pretty. But then
Yeah,
Gretchen Barreto was like
yeah.
sort of like in the ST business, in the ST film business, when I was a
Okay,
teenager. So she was kind of hot. I was like, oh my
Gretchen
god.
Barreto or Christina Gonzalez. I say
Oh
Christina
crap, that's a tough one.
Gonzalez.
That's a tough one. Now, I would
Christina
go Christina
Gonzalez or
Gonzalez.
Gretchen
I
Barreto?
follow her on
Huh?
Instagram.
No, no, no.
I
Back
follow
then,
her on
back then,
Instagram.
yeah, yeah. Christina Gonzalez, man. Christina Gonzalez, man.
I
I mean,
don't
she's a
know. Back
Romualdez now,
then,
but I mean, I say
back
Christina
then,
Gonzalez.
I don't
Christina
know. Back then,
Gonzalez.
I don't know.
I mean,
I don't
better
know.
boobs.
It's, dude, that's a tough
I
one.
mean,
That's a tough
Gretchen's
one.
kind of flattish. Yeah, that's a tough one. That's
That's
a tough
true.
one,
That's
definitely.
true. Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
tough
yeah,
one.
yeah. Okay, I agree with you. Yeah, just like flat right there. All right. Okay.
Aya
Snooki
Medel,
Sermo.
Aya Medel, or Claudia Coronel? Aya Medel or Claudia Coronel?
No, I'm fine. Thank you.
Ah, it's okay. Oh, yeah.
I'm fine. Thank you. I'm okay, man. I'm okay.
Ang
I've
arte mo!
had better.
Ang arte mo!
I've had better. He lost. So
Okay,
he lost.
who who has better false teeth? Ana Capri or Claudia Coronel?
Hey, hang on. Are you saying that they have false teeth? They have dentures, like both of these
I don't know.
actors?
They look like. I don't know. I don't know why I
Dude,
notice these
don't
things,
say
but I
these
could be
things if it's
missing it
not
too.
true. I mean, do you know for a fact that they use dentures? Did they
No,
have
no, no. I
postizo?
mean,
Or are you saying?
back in the day, I think Ana Cap. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't want to be like it just looks like I like Ana Capri or Claudia. I mean, I
All
wouldn't be
right, okay.
surprised. They probably, Elizabeth Ramsey.
Well, yeah, if you're talking about funny films, like yeah, I would go for
You know,
Elizabeth Ramsey because I
you
think
know,
she's funny. I would watch
and
that.
yeah, she's funny. She is funny. She is funny. She reminds me of my mom. Her and the girl you always like. You can do the Ratkin. Who's that
Odette
girl?
Can, Odette
Actress?
Can, Odette Can.
Ano ba yan? Odette Can. Yeah, that's like my mom. Odette Can and Elizabeth Ramsey. That's my mom. You combine those two. That's my mom. Snooki Serna was popular when she was young, though. Like, who's still hot? Eula
A
Valdez is
blue
still hot. I
seven.
saw her at Greenbelt. No, a couple of years ago. I saw Valdez. Damn, she's pretty. She's still hot. I get, and she likes
Eula
younger
Valdez.
men. Like she dates younger guys. Eula
I
Valdez.
know.
My wifey and I, we saw her at Greenbelt, and she's Amor Powers, right? Is she Amor Powers? Am
She
I
is. She
right
is.
with this? I'm because I
Yeah.
get
She
because
was.
Eula Valdez, Yayo Aguila, and there's another girl. They were all in baguettes. They're all kind of I get them confused their names. Um God, anyways. You remember Ana Roses? Did you ever find her pretty?
I
Not
know, but
Rosana Roses.
now
Ana
I,
Roses.
I I follow
Ana
her on
Roses.
Instagram. It's just so. I mean, now it's when she was like really young, she was like really pretty,
She's
and
not that
now I
pretty.
follow her on Instagram. She's still pretty, but it's
Yeah,
not.
she got
It's
old.
like it's like, yeah, she got old. I think that's. I mean, she's still pretty. She just got
What
old, I
about
think.
Bet Tamayo? Bet Tamayo.
I wasn't
You
really a
like Bet Tamayo? Was
fan.
she pretty
Like
for
a
you?
lot of people like her, but she wasn't really my
Ah,
cup of tea.
did you follow Jennifer Sevilla? Jennifer Sevilla?
Oh, I was a
You,
big
you
fan. It
you
was
had a crush on
Jennifer
her, right?
Sevilla versus Cheryl Cruz. I was a Jennifer person. I was Jennifer
Yeah.
Sevilla because it was like
Yeah.
Romnick,
Yeah.
Jennifer,
Yeah.
and Cheryl
She's
Cruz.
still
Yeah,
cute.
so I was like
She's
a
still cute.
Jennifer and Romnick.
Oh, you
Jennifer Sevilla.
oh you know that Romnick and Harleen Bautista finally separated, right? Like they were married for like
Oh,
50
really?
years or something.
What? 50 years?
They
Wow, that's a
finally
long
I'm not
time.
saying they
Golden.
should, but
They had a
I
golden
thought that was
anniversary
like the only showbiz relationship.
for 50 years. Wow, that's a long
not
time to be married.
I don't know, but they've been married a long time. Snooki, Mama ni Jaya, yeah, Elizabeth Ramsey's Mama ni Jaya. Snooki pumunta yan sa Bakaka before, yes, that's right, she did. Because she was married
Really? Sa fiesta?
to the brother-in-law of Miguel. She's
All
married
right.
to the
Okay.
brother-in-law. She
All
was
right.
married to the brother-in-law Miguel of Ecotrans. I mean, my friend Miguel.
Right.
She was married
But
to
Vina
because
Morales. I think Vina Morales is also from
oh
Davao,
yeah,
yeah? I think she
yeah,
has
yeah.
relatives in
No,
Arteaga Street.
oh, hold on. The thing with Vina Morales, dude. I'll tell you, Jepoy, you will remember this. We went to freaking Magsaysay Park, right? Because
Right.
Vina Morales was going to have a performance, like free concert. It was Kadayawan or Aron and Davao, whatever the heck it was. And Jepoy, you'd bring me along. And I was like this guy who was like, okay, sure, I'll go. We freaking waited for like 3 hours in Magsaysay Park at that atrium thing for Vina Morales
She
to
never
show
showed
up.
up?
You know who we ended up watching?
Who?
I think she did, but I don't know if he left or what. But Renz Verano. And this Renz Verano guy, like I never heard of the dude. He came out and was like, I was like, are we really gonna watch this? Like, I was like complaining because you know me, galing states, di sanay sa crowd, di sanay sa pila, like I smelly, sweaty people. I was so maarte, and Jeff was like, no, let's wait. So we watched Renz Verano perform, and I've never heard of this guy. And you know what? Like
Remember me?
a month later, remember me, like came super. You know, if you have to sing "Remember Me" to somebody, they probably don't remember you. And then when I heard that song, I was like, "Yeah, you. We watch you instead of freaking Vina Morales for crying out loud." So we were like stalking Vina Morales, man. We were calling hotels. Jepoy was calling up Apple View and like
Jeez.
asking for Vina's room number. So we
Why?
did some crazy stuff back then. Yeah, we went to
Wait, do you know her
she went to
personally?
Jepoy's Optical. Because she's from Cebu or she's Bisaya or something. Yeah, like you said, just family
I
there.
I
Remember?
I think she has like
Anyways,
relatives in Davao, like I think particularly in Arteaga Street. So I'm not sure, but I think I saw her there one time.
we
But
went
do
to
you
the
know her
Arteaga, man.
personally?
My mama,
Yeah, I think she was there because I think
I think Jepoy does. My
my
mom,
mom's friend who lives there, they were kind of like talking about it at some point, and they were saying like, "Oh, Vina Morales is here actually," and I think she,
she's
like she
pretty
passed by
though.
and she was like
I
waving
had
to
a huge
people.
crush on
And
her
yeah,
back
I know
then.
she's pretty. Yeah,
Yes, she's one of those celebs that I had a crush on. I know most people will say she's
right.
kind of like Bisayang
So, do you
Pisay,
know her
like her
personally, like
talaga.
both of you and
But
Jepoy?
I
Because you were
had
like
a crush.
stalking her
I
or
mean, no,
something. So,
Jepoy probably. Oh, you know who Jepoy is friends with? He's friends with like the cousin of Big Soto. Like he went
all
like
right.
okay,
It's like, oh, yeah,
no,
he's
man.
friends with like the cousin. Like, all right, okay.
No, hold on, hold
Okay,
on.
okay.
I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet. I'm not done. Because here's how it happened. This guy walks in their optical, right? Because they own this optical along on the street. And Jepoy was like
Right.
there, and he's like, they were like talking. This guy was like funny and he looked just like Big Soto or Tito Soto. And I just like, I think I asked Jepoy, I'm like, is that guy like a Soto? And Jeff was like, yeah, he's like literally like, because they all look alike. So I think the Sotos have this look like Val, Vic, Maru.
Valvic,
Uh,
Maru.
Joey De Leon is not their relative, right?
No, they're not. Definitely not.
Richie
Definitely
Do-
not.
Richie
Richie the Horsey,
Dorsey is
definitely
not their
not.
relative, right? Okay. He kind of looks like Tito. But I mean, it's like they all kind of have that Soto look. So I think it's I think it's their trademark look. And then when I saw the guy, I was like, and apparently he is a cousin. I don't know if it's first cousin, but he is a cousin. So there, it's the only famous person I know. So, anyways, going back to the topic, funny Pinoy movies, crazy Pinoy movie scenes. Okay, you were mentioning about the singing scene and the beach scene, and there's always
Mhm.
this like obese woman chasing like
I know,
like Big
right?
Soul or Andrew E,
Oh
or like
man, crap.
they're about to hug each other, and then they end up like the girl like ends up
Okay,
hugging another
I know.
guy.
Okay, you see, okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. I said I hate or I seldom watch Filipino films, but if there's like one actor that I surely like watch a lot, it's Andrew E. I watched all of his movies. For some reason, I just find him so funny. Alongside Andre
Okay, who are
Ilyana
his
and like
sidekicks?
the rest of his gang.
Who is
Like
always with
Andre
Andrew
Ilyana,
E? Who is
like all of like dude, I don't know their names, but I know Andre Ilyana's always there. And who else? Ah, no, Rafi
Rodriguez, the
Rodriguez.
brother of Ruby
Rafi
Rodriguez, is
Rodriguez, right?
always
Yeah,
with
yeah,
him.
yeah.
Rafi
He was
Rodriguez,
so funny.
Rafi,
Like
that guy
for
is
some reason, I
always
find
there.
his films so funny. Yeah, right. Rafi Rodriguez,
And
Andre
Patrick
Ilyana,
Guzman, Patrick
Patrick
Guzman,
Guzman. I know
Patrick
he's funny too.
Guzman is always there.
I just don't know why he
Uh,
ended up like showing up in ST films. Patrick Guzman. He's a funny guy. Like I love him in like the Andrew E movies. I remember this one particular scene
was he in
when
ST
Andrew E
Films?
was like, "What? Yeah, Patrick Guzman. He was like in some ST
Was he
films,
in ST?
but then yeah, well,
Actually,
I'll
was it
Google it
Patrick De
later.
La
But
Rosa?
no, it's Patrick Guzman, dude. I know who he is.
Okay,
So
go
yeah.
ahead. So
Um,
what was the scene?
so there's
What was the
this
scene?
this movie. I forgot the title of this film, but it was Andrew E. And he was like, it was like, oh, I didn't brush my teeth or something. Then he was like, oh, did I brush my teeth or not? And like he was in front of a mirror, and he was like, and the one who was in the mirror was like, ah. I was like laughing. I was like, I could die, I swear. He was like, and the one in the mirror was like, ah. That was so funny. Tell me it's not funny. Come on, man. That was
you know,
funny as hell.
for a while, I actually thought he was Chiquito's son.
Yeah,
For a
that's true.
while,
Pinagbiyak na bunga.
I was convinced.
Holy
Yeah, I was
crap. I
convinced.
was
I was like,
like,
'cause they have the same hairstyle. But
true. Up to this date, man, that scene is stuck in my head. And I always laugh every time I remember that. Because, man, that's the
and you're
funniest thing
right,
I've ever seen.
Jepoy. He has kissed a lot of beautiful women, like
Of
all. But
course.
you know what? You know what, girl? He's courted for like maybe 5 years, and never like just he never became his girl. That he
Hmm.
was so head over heels in love with the girl we talked about
Ana
earlier,
Roses?
Ana Roses. Ana
Yes,
Roses,
yes.
yeah. Di niya tinigilan ng ligaw yun. But never, hindi siya
Hilig sa
type eh.
gwapo si Ana
But
Roses. Hindi umahanap ng pangit.
he was trying to convince people too. Manap ka ng pangit. Okay. Which Filipina actress is mentioned in an Andrew song?
Okay, here. Okay. Patrick Guzman
We
movies.
mentioned her earlier. Okay, go.
Malikot na Mundo. Asawa Mo, Misis Ko. Where else?
Oh yeah, those are MSD films for sure.
Okay, hang on. Uh, oh my God. But yeah, ang boyfriend kong gamol, right? Koronang itim, right? Huwad na hayop,
Oh yeah,
right?
definitely. Sa title pa lang eh.
Huwad na hayop.
What's Huwad?
Okay, you're saying like,
Baka hubad.
I think it's, no, it says here Huwad.
Yeah,
It's not
which Andrew
Huwad.
E?
What? Which Andrew E. What?
Which Pinay actress is mentioned in an Andrew E song?
Well,
No
Ana.
cheating.
Ana Roses. Ana Roses. Si
Was she
kay
mentioned?
Ana, ako na patingin. Ana.
Okay, but there's
Kaya,
one. You forgot.
Rita Avila, right? Rita
Hawig
Avila, of
niya
course.
si Rita Avila kung
Avila, yeah.
iisipin katawan niya
Isipin.
36, 24, 34. Sa
Right.
paraan kaya
Do not
ako
forget.
magkakascore.
Do not forget Zoraida Sanchez.
She was mentioned.
Kahawig siya ni
She's
Zoraida.
mentioned in an Andrew song.
Yeah, humanap ka ng
What
pangit.
song is that?
Humanap ka ng
Oh, I
pangit.
don't know. I don't memorize. I don't memorize it. I mean, I didn't know. So I didn't know she was mentioned in that one. But anyways, yeah, going back to what about the Filipino lines? Let's go back to that. Filipino movie lines.
Second rate, trying hard,
Okay.
copycat. All right, that's one.
Okay. She loved me at my worst. You had me at my best. But binaliwala mo lang. We should say it like with feelings. And you chose to break my heart. What movie is that from? She loved me at my worst. You had me at my best.
That doesn't
Binaliwala mo
even
lang
like
lahat.
I
That
mean,
doesn't
it
even
doesn't
make
sound like
sense.
yeah, I know it's not an iconic
You know,
line. I mean, compared to like second,
it's
like
John
you're
Lloyd
nothing but
and Bea Alonzo.
trying hard. You're
Yeah.
nothing but a second rate, trying hard, copycat.
I mean,
It's
listen,
like
listen to
iconic
the line. It doesn't make
right there.
sense. It doesn't make sense. Listen to this. She loved me at my worst. You had me at my best. But binaliwala mo lang ang lahat. Anong binaliwala na, that the girl was with him at his best. Shouldn't you be more proud of the one who loved you at your worst? Right?
Somebody says that to me,
I
you know what I
mean-
would say? Ambot sa imo. Ambot sa imo. That's what I would say.
Paghilom!
Ewan ko sa'yo. Paghilom mo.
That's what I would
Kasabot. Kasamok ni mo eh.
Paghilom!
Oh,
Drama.
man, that's no.
Ang daming drama.
Was that actually
Okay.
a line? Was that an iconic line? Doesn't sound like
It is a
doesn't
line.
sound one to me.
It is a line.
All right, what else?
I know this line by I think it was Tom Taus. No, it was not Tom Taus. Akala mo lang yun, pero hindi, or something like that. Like he was arguing with his mom. Wala. Something like, akala mo lang yun.
I think that's
Pero
a rap.
hindi. And then the mom like slapped him.
Meron akong
I
kwento.
think the-
Wala.
I think
Julina at Marvin. Yeah, it's a rap, yeah. Wala.
No. The one I'm talking about. He was a kid yelling at his mom, and the mom was Vilma. And he was like, akala mo lang wala, pero meron. Then bang, like Vilma slaps him. I think the kid was either Tom Taus or Stefano Mori. And I think the story was like she was a single mom, but her kids were
Right.
rebelling. And the ate was Claudine. You don't remember that
Right.
movie? Have you seen Tanging Yaman? Have you seen Tanging Yaman?
No, that was I was already at that point where I don't really watch
Oh my god.
Filipino films anymore.
That
sorry.
I mean I'm a Lola's boy, so that movie kind of. What about Seven Sundays? Have you seen that? Seven
No,
Sundays? It's more
I don't
recent.
even know that
It's
exists.
I'll tell you the story. No. I'll tell you the story real quick. It's the dad is the dad of Jano. What's his name? Who's the dad of Jano?
Dante Rivero?
The Tisoy guy with the beard.
Dante Rivero?
No. Rodolfo. Bata, paano ka ginawa? Okay. Yeah, probably that's the one. The one with the dad of
Dante Rivero.
Jano,
Hang on. Yeah, I know. Like not Dante Rivero. Like I have his face in my head.
Not Ruel Bernal. Not Ruel Bernal.
No. Hang on. Okay, hang on.
It's like his
I
hair's
know
white.
his name.
His hair.
Wait.
white.
I know. Yeah, right.
He looks
Hang
like
on.
Colonel Sanders.
Yes. I know. who it is. Dante Rivero.
Rodolfo?
No, not Rodolfo.
Ricardo, Rogelio,
God
Roger,
damn it. No.
Roger
no.
Mayweather.
Help us out, people. I don't want to Google it.
Ricky Dabao.
Dante Rivero.
Jano's
Sounds
dad.
like Dante Rivero, but it's not. Yeah, I know. Not Dante Rivero. Sounds
Patrick
sounds
Angelo
similar, but-
Amable.
No.
Jong Tuhan. Jeffrey Awid
Stop.
Mandi.
Stop
Gabriel
throwing
Decadis?
names. You're confusing me more.
Kind of thing.
Ronaldo Valdez. There
Ronaldo
you go.
Valdez.
Ronaldo Valdez. There you
Yes.
go. Ronaldo Valdez.
So anyway,
There
okay.
you
So
go.
the dad was Ronaldo Valdez, right? Basically, it's a
Right,
rip,
right.
kind of a rip off of Tanging Yaman. But the
Ronaldo
storyline
Vasquez.
is they're
Paghilom,
siblings,
Jepoy.
and they all have Vasquez.
Ronaldo Vasquez.
There's no actor named Ronaldo Vasquez. Romeo Vasquez, yeah. But anyway, they have their own separate thing. The dad's like missing his kids because they're like they had a falling out. So what he did was he pretended that he had cancer. so the brother, the kuya, Agamulak, and I think it was Ding Dong Dantes, they were the main brothers. They decided that they would spend every Sunday with their dad because their dad was dying. So that's why it's called
Right.
Seven Sundays. So they're like, okay, may taning ng buhay ang tatay natin. So dapat we should make sure that we should spend time with as a family every Sunday. But what happened was they ended up fighting every time they were together. And
Hmm.
they ended up fighting because I think Aga was poor and then Ding Dong was rich, and then obviously Mamoy Boy. Basically the moral of the story is a lot of Mamoy Boy. So if you know what Mamoy Boy means, and um and that's kind of like what happened. So the dad actually felt worse about the idea, and I think he admitted that he wasn't sick and he wasn't dying, and then like all hell broke loose. But anyways, that's kind of what the story is, and it might be more relatable to you because it's about the dad. Because with the Tanging Yaman, it was about the Lola, and they were fighting over the mana of their mana with the Lola's like you know properties or something. And it's also about a poor sibling and a rich sibling, and it's a lot of these issues or topics that they have in Pinoy movies. It's usually a reflection of Pinoy culture. You think it's accurate though? Like, okay, okay, let's talk about the usually common plot lines of Pinoy movies. Whether it's comedy or drama, lalo na drama. Drama usually may kabit,
May
right?
kinidnap. May
Or
kabit,
may kinidnap, may kinidnap, may kabit. Ano
may
pa?
kabit, may
Uh,
kalabuyo.
may ang kabit si Anjanita Bayari, ang asawa si Marian de la Riva. I'm like, ano ba talaga type mo? They look nothing alike. Attorney Pete Vasquez.
Who's Pete Vasquez?
You know this Jepoy guy. He's, that's a fictional character Jepoy created to like fool people. He was an attorney. We would call people and he would freak people out. He was like, oh, it's Attorney Pete Vasquez, no. Kaya mo ba ako? Like, back then, people didn't have caller ID. Didn't have cell phones. He would always go to my house and like scare people, like randomly calling, like, I don't know. Like, and he would always like walk around, and that's his identity. He was Attorney Pete Vasquez. And people would like fall for that crap. Like we would meet new girls. Oh, and he also has another character. I think Micah Lim. Like that's also his character. Dude, this guy, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, this Jepoy, there's a reason why he's not in Davao anymore. May
That's a
pinagtataguan.
very good reason not to be in
Maraming
Davao anymore.
pinagtataguan to. I don't remember
Daming
Sam's
atraso
Jepoy.
eh.
What's Pete Vasquez and Sam's? Dami talaga eh. Anyway, so okay, we're talking about plot lines. So may kinidnap. Usually ang asawa nasa probinsya, yung nanay may sakit, ang pasalubong pansit. And then right when he gives the supot ng pansit, kalit lagrakrakan ng balay. For
And
no
everybody dies in
random
it, yeah?
reason. And then everybody dies except the guy, except the target, except the target.
Exactly.
Like
Everybody
the, the
dies
the
except him.
the
Then
young
he
siblings die,
goes on
the
this,
mom
like
except
journey for vengeance and kills
on the
everybody.
revenge.
Oh, yeah. Revenge
And then
path.
and then what he
Ah,
does is he has one gun, he's by himself, he goes to the mansion of the corrupt governor or congressman or whoever who has
congressman
50
always.
freaking
Or maybe a
bodyguards,
mayor.
and for some and it's usually Suba Serrero, and for some reason he ends up like getting through the 50 bodyguards by himself. And I mean, what the hell, man, lugaw na may langaw. Oh, okay, I think I get it. Yeah, I think we were eating at Sam's Noodle, and I think the lugaw or the congee had a fly in it, and he was like making an issue to the manager, and he was claiming he was Attorney Pete Vasquez or something. I don't know, maybe it was, and then maybe he wanted to get paid or something for, but I don't remember what that storyline was, but that was way back. Yeah, so we're talking about Pinoy plot lines. The fight scenes are in a bodega.
Right.
There's
Bodega.
always a scene.
Talagang
It's the
every
same
time there's
bodega all the
always a bodega. Lagi na lang, bodega.
and
Bodega.
and 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 the bad guys, their cars are usually you know that the cars are gonna explode because they're so old. but just repainted to made made to look new. Karag-karag na sakyanan. Obvious ni ba? Paru ni mo buto ni ron. They never use nice. I mean, freaking man, it's like they have like a 1980 like Toyota or something that's usually or it's the owner. Is that owner type the silver ones, the stainless ones? Is that what you call owner Jeep?
Yeah,
When
the
they say
owner
owner
jeeps.
type
Yeah, the
Jeep, is
stainless
that what
ones.
it
Yeah,
is?
owner type jeeps. Yeah,
The stainless ones, right? Like pambansang
right.
pambansang sasakyan ng Pinoy action star. The cars that are being used in kidnapping is a Mitsubishi van. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Uh,
Ay, Pinoy, Pinoy, Pinoy,
that's true.
Pinoy.
Uh, Lancer,
Lancer
yeah.
lagi.
Lancer lagi. That's right.
Box
Ang
type?
sasakyan na
Box type ba?
laging
Box type ba?
Lancer lagi. No, the round eyes. Yung sasakyan ni Billy Kane before. Billy Kane's like first
Oh,
car.
really?
If you remember,
Really?
he had the red Lancer.
Yes,
Or was
yes, I
it a
remember
Galant?
that.
He had the red one with a not box
No, that
type.
was a Lancer. There was a
Ma was the
Lancer.
one with the box type.
Yeah.
It
Mao had the
it has
box
to be
the box
white.
type.
Gab
Right.
Gab the Cadi says it has to be white. Yeah, it has to be white. And then every time like they get in an accident, like when they're when like they're about to hit something or madidisgrasya yung nagmamaneho sa kotse, they always go like this. Ah, like why the heck do you take your hands off the steering wheel, right? Like when about why
That's
would
very
you go?
true.
Of
That is
course you're
very
gonna
true.
crash.
They
You
always
take your
yeah,
hands off
okay,
the
all right.
steering wheel.
All right,
Ah, stupid.
I'm gonna get rid of the mic.
Stupid. Dapat ganon, di ba? Or
Pathetic. It's pathetic. Robin lang ang
like
nagpasabog ng
I don't think that's
Mercedes-Benz.
I don't think I've ever seen
All
well
right.
yeah. And the action star always has a sidekick. Okay, let's name the
And they always wear
famous
jackets.
sidekicks.
Why do they
The first
always wear
one, probably
jackets?
Denchop. The-
It's either
Malamig
a
daw sa
maong
Pinas.
jacket or a leather
It's the
jacket.
uniform ng action star. Leather jacket, yeah. It's a yun para malaman mo na yun yung action star. Remember when Ian De Leon started doing action movies, he wore a jacket. When Tony Alarcon started doing action movies, Monsur Del Rosario started doing action movies, they all wore the jacket. They were never wearing that stuff before. Like I would say,
How can you fight? Okay,
FPJ
just a
did
question.
and Robin
How
did,
can
but
you fight with a jacket? It's so difficult to fight with a jacket. There's a reason why boxers don't wear jacket. You know, MMA fighters don't wear jackets because it's hard to fight with a jacket in. You know what I'm saying? Like even when you're playing
no, but
basketball,
they
when
need
you're
it.
3 point
That,
shot, only Larry
there's a-
Bird
that's where they conceal the
had a
gun.
jacket on because he was so good. Conceal a gun.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
they're
yeah, yeah.
fighting.
That's
They're
right.
not even
That's
like
right. That's right. Larry Bird still had a suit on, his warm-up suit. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I know that's kind of stupid, but anyways, and they always and their hair is always like a mullet, right? It's always a mullet. The Tony Alarcon hair. It's like this, and then like long, long back, long. Back.
Palang redneck.
It's always a
Redneck
mullet.
ka pre.
What the heck, man?
Redneck ka eh.
That was my
You're a
bigote.
cracker,
You always,
man.
you always
You're a
have to have a
cracker, my
bigote,
man.
man. Okay.
Right, true. Okay,
Only Lito
okay, sidekick.
Lapid and Rudy
Berting
Fernandez,
Labra.
look. Oh yeah, sidekick. Right, I look good with the bigote. So Dencho Padilla was probably one of the first. Okay, who was the original sidekick of FPJ?
I don't know, like Dencho Padilla, I think is the original, or like sometimes it's Dencho Padilla then Berting Labra.
I think it was Berting. I think it was Berting Labra. I'm thinking it's Berting Labra. The older ones were probably Berting. I'm not sure. But that's a good thing. Like who was the first sidekick of FPJ? Berting Labra or Dencho Padilla? I say my money's on Berting Labra. But Robin
Dennis Padilla
had
is like
Dennis
Robin's.
Padilla.
Yeah, Robin's sidekick was Dennis Padilla.
Sidekick, right?
And
Cesar Montanos was Bayani Agbayani, right? Okay,
I think
okay,
so.
okay.
Bayani Agbayani.
Robin, okay, who was Ronnie Ricketts' sidekick?
Hang on, Ronnie Ricketts. Ronnie Ricketts.
He had
He
a
had a
sidekick.
sidekick.
Ronnie Ricketts or Ronnie Kiritz, as we call Idol Nixon. Ronnie Kiritz.
Nino
No, not
Mulak?
Nino.
No.
No, no, no. You know who he was? He looked like Nino. Dinky Doo. Dinky Doo.
Dinky Doo?
This chubby guy whose hair was always kind of like his hat's always backwards. You search him, Dinky Doo. He's a
Dink,
sidekick. If I'm not
Dink,
mistaken, I'll search it too.
Dinky Doo?
Dinky Doo.
Filipino actor.
Yeah,
Dinky, yeah?
Dinky Doo.
Dinky.
Yes,
Dinky Doo. Ah, yeah, this
Dinky Doo.
guy.
That's the side,
Yes, Dinky Doo.
right?
Yes, yes. Yeah, I remember this guy. Yeah, of
Yes,
course. Yeah, him. Dinky Doo.
he's the sidekick. And there's another guy, this really thin dude who looks like Rene Riquestas, who always follows them around too. It's like his eyes are big and he's thin and he has a mustache. I forgot his name, but it's also like a sidekick. Okay, hold on. Who else became FPJ's sidekick besides Dencho Padilla and Berting Labrador?
Well, Nino Mulak was like a
He's
sidekick
more
at some
like
point.
later.
Yeah,
Amay
Nino was a
Bisaya,
sidekick.
right?
Amay Bisaya too.
Was it Amay Bisaya? What was it? Was Amay Bisaya FPJ's or another actors?
I think FPJ. How about Ramon Revilla?
Okay,
Did he ever had a sidekick? You remember?
dude. No, you know why?
Ramon Revilla.
He has
Why?
an anting-anting. He has
Yeah,
an
he doesn't need
anting-anting.
a
He doesn't need a
sidekick because he
sidekick.
has an anting-anting. Pepeng Agimat, Nardong
I
Putik.
actually have friends who believe that he really does have anting-anting. Like, like it's true. Like he really like that's like a legend, like an urban
But I
legend
love these
that
movies
that
though. Those anting-anting movies, I always watch
yes,
them.
it's darker. It's darker, right?
Yeah,
It's
right?
darker.
Nardong Putik, Pepeng
Um,
Agimat. But
what's the
then okay,
kwaknit? What's kwaknit in Tagalog? What's kwaknit in Tagalog? Kwaknit. My God, a bat. Bat in
Kwaknit.
Tagalog. Yeah, I know he's known
Kabog,
for that.
kabog,
I don't
kabog.
want to Google. I don't want to Google it. No, not kabog's like big. Oh my God, what is it called? Kwaknit in
Kwaknit,
Tagalog, man.
kabog.
Come on.
Paniki, enteng
Bat.
paniki,
Uh,
enteng
uh,
paniki,
Paniki.
enteng paniki, paniki,
Elias.
enteng paniki.
Elias Paniki.
Elias Paniki. Elias
Was it Enteng
Paniki.
or
Yeah,
Elias?
yeah. No,
Elias
Elias
Paniki.
Paniki.
Yeah, yeah. He was known for
Enteng's
that
probably
too.
something.
Elias Paniki.
I think he had a movie
Yeah,
too
yeah, yeah.
that's Enteng, but it's a
Enteng
different one.
Kabisote.
Okay. No, hang on. Let's see if I'm right. Something like Enteng, Ramon Revilla,
Yeah, Paniki.
Enteng.
Oh, Mike's tuned in. Shout out to Mike. Mike's on board. Yeah, Paniki. Elias Paniki. And he like it
Ah,
would always glow if there's like a bad guy or something. Yeah, I don't think Ramon Revilla had a sidekick. Lito Lapid. Oh no, Amay Bisaya was Lito Lapid's sidekick. I don't think Amay Bisaya was FPJ's sidekick. I think he was Lito Lapid's sidekick. Or was he? Um, I'm assuming, yeah. I
was
think he
there
was
like
Lito
an
Lapid's
Enteng
sidekick.
Agimat?
Okay.
Enteng Kabisote and Agimat. Commander Lawin. There's like Commander Lawin. Boy Imos. All right, there you go.
Elias Paniki,
All right.
right?
Elias Paniki, Pepeng Agimat.
Yeah. Elias.
I love
He
these
has like
movies, man.
86 kids or something, right?
I
He
think
has
so.
86 kids.
I
I mean,
think
that
so.
guy, like, what? He
He
impregnates
doesn't have
every
any
woman he has
Enteng
sex
movie.
with? What the heck is
Sorry.
wrong?
Okay, hang on.
Yeah. You know,
Okay, before like Feng Shui and Patayin sa Sintak si Barbara, what scared me the most was one of
yeah.
Chiquito's one of his films.
Monkey Pueng. Monkey Pueng, that's
No,
scary.
Mang Kep, yeah,
Scary as
Mang
heck.
Kep scared the
Monkey
shit out of
Pueng.
me too. Mang
Monkey
Kep was
Pueng, dude.
scary,
He scared
but
the shit out.
dude, the other one was just scarier.
Who
What
was
was that?
the dead guy? Who was always the dead guy? What's the name of the
Piling,
actor who
Piling,
always played the
Piling,
dead guy
Piling.
in
Yeah,
Chiquito movie?
always Piling,
Yes, Piling.
Piling, Piling,
His
right?
face was always
Yeah,
wild.
Piling.
Like the
Ladas
younger kids
Piling
don't
nga.
remember him, but we all remember him.
Yeah. Piling. Ladas
The
Piling nga
younger
si
kids
Piling.
don't know him. They don't know.
Yeah. It's like one of those, things that you tell the kids to scare them. Piling
They
nga si
only
Piling.
remember the old lady. Who's the
But
old
no,
lady who's always
Mang
like
Kepweng
the
wasn't like,
scary
no, not
woman?
Mang Kepweng. Like
She died
there's
already.
um there's another one, Mang Kepweng, and there's another one, Chiquito. It's very scary. What was that movie? Oh man, you lost me. Chiquito scary film. Um, what? Estong Totong. Dude, Estong Totong, man. Anybody
I've never
remember?
heard of that.
Estong Totong, dude, that did scary as shit. If you're scared of monkey point, that's even scarier. Like they have like the version of they have the
Estong
version
Tutong,
of
what the heck is that about? Is he,
Estong
I mean,
Totong.
is he still an albularyo? Does he still wear the? Does he still wear the? Because Monkey
Something
he
like
wears the
that. And
bandana, right? Yung, is he an albularyo?
remember Van Helsing, like those three ladies there, like those three white ladies and shit. Like Estong Totong had them there too. Like in that scared the shit out of me.
The three white
Like I couldn't
ladies.
sleep for days.
The three white
Yes.
ladies.
Yeah, the three white ladies were there. Like and
The
he was
Teresa
also using like
Loizaga. Teresa,
that bow that crossbow. It was also I think he also used that in the movie. So I was like, man, before Van Helsing, there was like Estong Totong.
oh yeah. Van
That
Helsing
was
had that. Yeah,
scary.
but the thing with who were the okay? I remember watching in an not an Andrew E movie. It was a Michael V. I don't know if Michael V was just one of the cast members, but the movie was like there's a scene there where they pass by this house in the province, and there's a lady in the window, and it's Teresa Loizaga.
Right,
And I kind of knew something was up because like when they showed that scene, you can hear the werewolf. Like we don't even have werewolves here, but the dog goes, "Oh," right. That it's always a sign
right,
that it's like a scary scene coming whenever they have the
right.
"Oh." And then they show Teresa Loizaga and he's like, and say sila Michael V. We're like, oh, ang gandang dilag, baba. Oh, umakyat muna kayo, magmerienda. They went up her house.
Right. Then she became a
she,
zombie or a
she was about
vampire.
to get them like food. No. She was about to get their food. Only only half of her body was like
Oh.
it was it was floating.
So she's a
And then
manananggal.
they freaking she's manananggal. So they freaking rushed out of the house and they ran out. And then when they got to like the area with the banana trees, they found the half body of Teresa Loizaga like walking.
I think I remember that movie. What was that movie again?
Yeah, I know. It's a popular movie. I think I'm not sure Benji Paras was there, but it's like all these or Bonel Balingit, but
Well,
Michael V was
seems
there.
like it. I
It's a
would suspect
very
that he's in it.
I'm trying to think of I'm trying to think of that, but it's a scene where I'm sure maybe Smokey Manaloto was there too. I'm not sure. But yeah, but anyway. Uh wala ka bang tiyan paniki Ice is getting scared that he closed the window.
No. I'm OC like that. I'm
he,
OC like
he
that.
started bringing up the Chiquito movie.
No. Like no, I'm OC like that. When I see like
Okay, hold
something's
on.
uneven or whatever, I try to like get
What
rid of it.
about
I was
Estong
like
Tutong was
staring at it
scary
for
to you? What about Estong Tutong was scary?
no, they're just like the
What about Estong Tutong was
storylines
scary to you?
and like I think there was this particular scene when Eston was like walking and he came across like an old man or something and they were talking and I think the old man was like kind of warning him like oh it's almost getting dark, be careful, like there are lots of crazy things that happen in the dark or like
Oh
during nighttime or
yeah.
whatever.
That's always
Yeah,
I
so this
hate
is
that
like
crap when they start doing that
and
part in
like
movies.
and it's
Yeah.
like like so Chiquito's like all right, then like he walked for like probably 3-4 steps, then he looked back, then the old
And
man
then
was
and
gone.
then he
So
and then
it was just like
and then he walks right and then like he can hear someone walking behind him and then like he turns around and the person behind him also turns around and it's apparently like piling or something, right? Like usually the multo
well, that's like comedy.
also like starts looking back like
But
nakita mo
like
yun?
Chiquito's like
Nakita mo? And then they start
because
talking.
Chiquito's like
Nakita
a
mo yun?
comedian, yes, all right. See,
He
that's the
is.
thing. It's
He
kind of
is.
tricky because Chiquito's like a comedian. That when that film came out, you thought it was a comedy, but dude, there's nothing comedic about it. It was like just plain scary, man. And he speaks serious
Scary.
for the whole duration of the movie. So that was that's what really scared me. And even when that old man was like
You
talking
think
to
if you
him and
watch
like
it now, you
he looked
still
back
get
and
scared?
disappeared, dude, I'm still gonna get
I wanna
scared. So that's why I never tried
check that
to
now.
like even
Estong
Google it or
okay.
whatever.
Estong
Because
Totong?
even the
Okay,
sound,
Estong.
like
Who's your
the sound
okay?
effects or like the soundtrack of the movie,
Yes.
like the
Oh,
ones
there's
that they
even a
have
part
in it.
two. Ikalawang yugto.
It's like,
Oh,
ooh, dude, it's
no,
like
because it was supposed to be a
E.
spoof of E. It's a spoof of
What?
ET. That's why it's Estong Tutong ET. It's a spoof
If it's
of
supposed to be a
ET. That's why
spoof,
it's called
it's nothing
Estong
spoofed
Tutong
about.
ET. Extra tapang. Hindi extra tapang ng muka. Um,
Are
okay.
you
Oh,
sure
yeah,
that's
it's
the Estong
Estong.
Totong you
Yeah.
have?
I never saw this movie.
Well, you can Google some
Google
of it.
image
Like,
it. Estong Tutong. It's ET. Literally, the poster. Ayun, narito na ang
but
local na ET.
I think that's like even before ET. Estong Totong. What? Okay. 1983. When was
Just
ET
put Estong
released?
Tutong and then click image. 1984, maybe?
Yeah, this was in
I would say
1983.
maybe
Are you kidding
1980.
me? This was released 1983.
Okay, ET was probably 1982. ET was probably 1982. I mean, look at the poster. It says ET. Okay, I'm Googling it. ET was released what year? 1982. 1982.
All right. Okay. So
So,
probably, but this was just like, all right. Okay. Teresa is an heiress, but is surrounded by greed and evil beings. Eston fell in love, but his happiness did not last because the one he loves is not a mortal human being, but belongs to a different world of wonders and happiness. Is not that easy to get. World of wonders and happiness is not that easy to get. All right. Okay. But dude, this was scary, man. Like it scared the shit out of me. Estong
yeah, I should
totong.
check that out. Es- Estong Tutong. All
But then
right,
ang
hold on.
Panday too. Ang Panday part 1, that was scary as well. Because like the zombies there and like, like that part
Yeah, Panday was.
where
I think Panday is usually a horror
where
movie, right?
FPJ, right? Yeah. So there was that part where FPJ went into a village and all the people there were like zombies or whatever or aswang, and that was just like scary for me. So we watched that somewhere, and
Yeah.
we have to
Yep.
run all the way back to our house. So we were like racing each other. Me and my brothers were racing each other like nobody wants to be last.
Hold on. You watched
Those
it
were
at
the
a neighbor's
days.
house?
Yeah. But it wasn't our neighbor, it was my
You
grandmother's neighbor's house. No, it was okay. We watched it at like at a tindahan. And they were like showing it, so we we hang around, so we were like watching it. So next thing you know, when the film was finished, when the movie was finished, it was already late. Because they usually show this during late hours, around 8:30, 9, and it finishes at 10. Then it's like really dark at 10.
yeah.
Back in the day, this was like in the 80s. Not
Yeah.
a lot of sodium lights on the road. So we
That's
would like
very
race
late.
each other to
That's
get.
very late.
I know. It
Very
was a
late.
long sprint, man. It was a long sprint to my grandma's house. That was like what, a 10-minute run,
And,
15
and
minute
you're like
run?
and you're
And we were kids.
and you're
We
like
were
the kuya.
kids. I know. Ah!
You're like the kuya.
Aldon is always crying. Aldon always crying behind me. Ah! Bantay lang mo kay mama! Bantay lang mo kay mama!
Then when you get home, naiwan ng tsinelas. Yung kasabaan sa mouth, bago pa tayo yung
Yes,
tsinelas.
yes, yes, yes.
Tapos-
Boyset! Holy crap. Yeah, those were the days.
or maling tsinelas yung nasuot. Maling tsinelas yung nasuot.
Holy
Tsinelas ng
crap.
kapitbahay. Whoever. Oh well, anyways. I mean, I just remember watching like Mang Kepwing, because we had like house helpers, and whenever it was late, my mom wasn't home always. She was also sometimes out of town. So it'd end up like they would watch these horror movies, and I don't have a choice, And the thing is, the house help, they're together in a room, and I would be with my Lola, and my Lola is like, she sleeps early, or she's always like praying the rosary or something. So like, even though she's in the room with me, it still gives me the creeps. And I remember having this nightmare. Like, okay, maybe we can have this as another topic, but I don't know why I had this nightmare, but I remember the TV series Annalisa, right? And
I remember
I don't
that
know if
too.
it's Annalisa or Flor de Luna, but there's a stepmom there named Stella, and she's like mean to. I
Right.
don't know if it's Flor de Luna or Annalisa, but Stella, the actress is the mom of Kimpi De Leon, the actress, she's
Mm-hmm.
an actress. Um, the ex of Joey De Leon, obviously. Kimpi De Leon's mom. Anyway, forgot her name, but her name was Stella, and I don't know why, but we had the piano in the house back then, and I remember dreaming. This was like the worst nightmare that even now I still remember. I don't know why it was so scary, but I think I also saw Clash of the Titans, and if you remember that movie,
Right.
Clash of the Titans, he fought Medusa. So basically, my dream was Stella, the evil like stepmom in the TV series Annalisa, was playing our piano, and then all of a sudden her head falls off, and like slime starts dripping down her neck. And dude, I woke up in the middle of the night like sweating. And you know what scared me even more was my grandmother
What?
snoring. Because it literally like continued. So when I woke up, like I was still, I was still thinking about that noise
So
that it made, and then I
this head
heard
falling off was in
like,
your dream, right? This was in your dream. The head falling off and like slime dripping out
of course, yeah,
of the person's
yeah,
neck.
yeah. She was
All
like
right.
playing,
Okay. This
yeah,
wasn't in like.
yeah.
All
But there
right.
was a
Okay.
sound because no, no, because but there was a sound because I think it intertwined my dream about Stella and my dream about our piano and my dream about Clash of the Titans, the movie where Medusa's head got cut off and the slime came off.
Yeah. 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 Yeah,
There's a
right. Yeah.
sound
So it
from the
was like.
tail of Medusa
All
because she's
right.
a snake.
Okay.
The rattle, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
And I
Yes.
woke up and I
Yes.
heard my grandma snoring, like a Lola
Probably
snore.
too much
So
movie
when
for
I woke
you
up, I thought it was,
in that one day.
dude, it was too real.
Did you watch? Did you
It was
watch
too
all of
real.
it in
I
like
mean,
one day? Were you like watching For the
probably,
Luna or
pro-
Annalisa? Then all of a sudden you watch
probably.
like Clash of the Titans. Then you
Probably
probably had a
because
fight with your
dreams are
grandma or
usually
whatever.
no. I woke up and heard her snoring. My grandma wasn't in my
Right.
dream.
Okay. I mean, right
It
before
was when
that,
I
before
woke
going
up
to
that I.
sleep, you were like a bad boy, and your grandma was like scolding you or whatever. So that's why the snore
I don't
came
know.
in, and
Maybe
it's
I don't
like,
know. But me,
all right, got it.
yeah, yeah. It woke me up. Like sometimes, diba, like I don't know if it happens to you, but sometimes when you're sleeping. Okay, we can talk about dreams and another topic. But I'll just bring this up. Sometimes when you wake, because I lived in Bacaka, and Bacaka is like along the road, so we have a lot of tricycles and motorcycles passing by, and we hear it. And there was one time, dude, I actually woke up morning na, and I could in my dream there was a motorcycle headed towards me, and he was about to hit me. And freaking that woke me up, and I heard the motorcycle from outside our house on the street. It's like it connected to my dream. Like, okay, hold on. Rod, remember mo si Carlo, owner ng Vines Hotel, tinatakot natin before sa Bakaka? Yeah, yeah. Hold on. Which Carlo? What was he? Oh yeah, yeah. I remember this guy, this friend of yours. But did he ever go to the house? Anyway,
So before sa
yeah. So anyway,
Bakaka,
we
we're
can
coming
talk
from
about
Bahada or
scary
coming
dreams.
from the Diversion Road?
Which one are you talking about? The motorcycle?
No, no, like well,
What are you talking
tinatakot
about?
nyo before sa okay, tinatakot nyo sa Bakaka. Like you're just like scaring.
Yeah,
Okay, I thought
when
it's
when
like
he would come to
on
my
the way to
house.
Bakaka. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
Okay, I thought there's like
because
that
our old
part
house
where
was
it's like
really kind of
scary
like
before.
scary.
All right, there's that part
Oh yeah,
before
yeah, yeah. It's in
what,
Bakaka.
like the
Yeah,
old
because
Davao
because
Christian High
you
School,
know where.
the old
No, no,
Davao
no, no.
Christian, was that it?
That's already in Garcia Heights. That's already in Garcia Heights.
Right.
I'm talking about where Ladislawa is now and where Zufari is now. If you remember,
Right,
Zufari,
right, yeah, yeah, yeah,
right? This an
yeah,
Outback Grill,
yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Zufari and Outback Grill. That was just grass, and there was one
Right,
huge mango tree there that was
right.
rumored na may nagpapakitang pugot na ulo na pare or something.
Yeah, there's always
And
that
that's
rumor.
why when
If
people
there's
come
a
home,
mango tree, there's always a
yeah, yeah, kasi
rumor.
pag wala, yeah, yes. But pag wala na kasing tricycle in Bakaka, people walk. Di ba? Like only
Right.
until 10 p.m. I don't know if in Maa it's the same. But pag wala ng tricycle, you have no choice. You have to walk from Garcia
Mm-hmm.
Heights, Canto, all the way to like if you live in El Rio or wherever you live, right? Rolling
Yes.
Hills. So people would just walk. And and yes, Bakaka was like the dumping ground of salvage victims. And so anyway,
Yeah,
there was that
same with
rumor.
Ma. Same with
And
Ma.
that this freaking Oh yeah, Maa too. I remember I would hear stuff about Maa as well, but like where in Maa specifically? Where was the scary part of
Well,
Maa?
in my village, like Midland, like there were like yeah, a few bodies found there.
But isn't
Like at the mango tree
your
too.
place like like a village? Like were there a
In
lot of
my village,
houses?
like like going in, there's like about 150 meters of
White lady na
like
nakablock.
just grass and trees. And there was this huge mango tree there, and it scared the shit out of me up until my dad was saying like, you know what, if it's true, if there are like monsters out there or a swamp or whatever, I would have been dead a long time ago. Because he would like always come home late, and he would like walk from the canto of our village, not taking the shortcut. So he would pass by the big mango tree and
But
whatnot. So
but
he
he was
like,
probably tipsy, man. He was probably tipsy when he got home.
well,
So
tipsy or
kaya
not,
tinaplan ng takot.
tipsy or not, well, tipsy or not, that's what he would say. Then
Yeah,
I would
you're
have
right.
been
You're
dead
right.
a long time ago. So I was like,
You're
all
right.
right, yeah, he has a point.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So he would always like say that,
Yeah.
like, hi, ongo. Too lang yapon mo ongo. It's like he'd always say that. That's my dad. White lady
Oo,
na
lagi po
naka-black. You see, it makes
magungo.
sense. It
Sabi
makes
po,
sense.
sabi po.
White lady na naka-black. But dude,
But
magandang
hold on,
kabibayan
hold on,
scares the
hold
shit
on,
out of
hold on.
me.
Yes. What's the name of that old lady? I forgot the name of the old lady with the long hair. Well, she died already. She literally like just like died 2 years ago. Contapay.
What,
You search it.
Luz Fernandez?
Imelda Contapay. No, 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 no. No, no,
Okay,
no.
no, like that
Imelda
old lady.
Contapay. That
The old lady,
lady who
okay, not Luz
appears.
Fernandez.
The old lady
Like
who appears
Luca.
in like
Luca,
Magandang
yeah?
Gabi Bayan. Something.
Yeah.
Lilia Contapay. Search it. She's the one. I just hope
No,
we
I'm
don't
not
have
gonna search
nightmares
it.
when you find her face. Google image it. Lilian Contapay. Um, yeah. Guwapa na guwapa. Dude. White lady na naka-black. At saka, guwapa na white lady na wala yung ulo.
See?
Guwapa, wala yung ulo. Pati may pala na guwapa. Wala may
All
ulo.
right, okay.
Gu- Anyway, this is going nowhere. All right, so yeah, are we done?
All right, okay.
Closing
Yeah,
remarks.
well, we have like 9 minutes. Like, we should like yeah, we should start wrapping up. Because we're like almost 2 hours anyway.
Okay, let's talk.
All right.
Let's continue with movies. We pretty much
Yeah,
covered mostly Filipino comedies. Who was
right.
your? Okay, hold on. Viva Hot Babes, the Viva Hot Babes video. That wasn't a movie, right? That was like VCD.
No, no,
Did
that
they
I
show that in a
don't.
theater?
Can you count that as a movie? It's not a movie, right? What do you call these things? It's not a docu.
I mean, did
It's
they
not a
show
docu,
that?
right?
Did they show that in, in theaters?
They
I
just
think it
like show their
was it
boobs and
Mo
whatever. No,
Twister who interviewed them.
no, no, no. It was just like
It
VCD.
was
It was just like straight to
it was
VCD. They
yeah,
get
it was
interviewed
Mo
and they'd say
Twister who
like,
was interviewing them, right?
"Oh, I think the plot was like, oh, your crazy sexual
Memorize,
experiences,
memorize.
whatever." Yeah, because I watched it. Like, there's one girl that I like a lot.
We
Like,
all did.
what's her name?
Okay, what
Um,
was her? What's her scene? What was her
Gwen
scene?
Garcia and the other one. Hang on.
Jennifer Lee.
The one with the
Jennifer
pickup
Lee.
truck.
Jennifer Lee. Was she?
No, no, no.
Oh
No, not
yes.
her.
Yeah, yeah. She.
What's her name?
She's yeah, yeah. She was the wildest. She was the
She's the
wildest. The
wildest.
pickup truck. That was
She's
the
my favorite.
wildest.
She's my
I
favorite.
think
What's her name?
of all the
Um,
scenes.
yes.
I forgot her name. I forgot her name. Oh my god.
Okay.
Long
There's
hair.
Katya. There's Maui. There's
Kind of
General Sandal.
yeah, yeah.
Not Miles Fernandez. Christine Haka. No, not her. Hazel Cabrera.
No, no,
Hazel
no.
Cabrera.
No, no,
Hazel
no.
Cabrera. That's her name.
Hazel.
That's
Hazel
her.
Cabrera. That's the one.
Hazel
That's the one.
Cabrera.
Gwen
Right.
Garcia kind of looks weird to me. Aisha
Really?
Kawili is
But
kind of wild, but not my type. Yeah.
the one who came
Okay. Who's your
to
favorite among the Viva Hot Babes?
have you interviewed one of them? Because
Jen
they came to the
Rosendahl and
station.
Parker. Nope. Yeah, you
Did we
did.
interview them both?
You did. Don't you have a picture with
Was
them?
that me and you were there?
Yes.
I think
Parker.
that was my time slot and you
Um,
came in, right?
I was there. I
'Cause
was
we were-
there.
right?
Yes, yes. I was. Yeah, I
Dude,
came in.
oh man,
Jen
so embarrassing. I
Rosendahl
was
and
there,
JC Parker. JC Parker.
man. I'm just
It
gonna
was
say
JC
it.
Parker.
Yeah, it was, no, not JC Parker. It was Jen Rosendahl and the other not so pretty one. What's her name? Not so pretty. It
Sinaka?
wasn't. It wasn't JC
Sinaka?
Parker. No, it wasn't her. No, not Christine Naka. No,
Miles.
like
No, no.
the
JC
short
Parker
one.
went to the station too. She went.
Yeah, but
No, the
it
she
was
went
on
to
a
the station
different
too.
it was on a different time.
Maui
It was
Taylor,
on a different time. No, not
Maui
Maui
Taylor,
Taylor.
Maui Taylor.
The Ella V. Ella
Oh,
V.
I know.
So it was
Big
Jen and
boobs,
Ella
big
V
boobs. Yeah, yeah,
came
big
to the
boobs.
station. Yeah, the big boobs. Yeah, but Jen was there. She smelled so nice, and Ella V was there too. They both have big boobs. And dude, I just had the, I just like, I just had a heart on that time. I was like, holy crap! I can't move.
They
I
were at their
couldn't
peak.
move.
They were at their peak.
What?
I
I
remember
know. I
that.
was like,
We were all there.
and
I
they
don't know
were
if
like,
all
and
we
they were
were
like
all
flirting
there.
with us too. And they were like flirting with me while I was asking them questions. They were like showing their cleavage and whatever. And I was just like, I think
Yeah,
it was almost about to
yeah,
come. I was about to come on air. I was just like, oh, I was trying to
yeah,
stop myself.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
holy
You
crap.
know, you know what?
When I got home, I
You know what?
jerked off.
JC Parker went to the station too. I don't know who else.
I have
Yes,
not seen her in person,
of
but
course.
Jen
He
Rosendahl,
got
oh
to
my
interview
God.
freaking Viva Hot Babes, man.
Yeah. I got home. I just
What are you
like
talking
took off
about?
my
Yeah,
pants. I
Jen
like
was.
started jerking off.
I don't know if Jen was tall or she looked tall, like half jerk.
Terrible thing to do.
So
Yeah, Jen Rosendahl was tall. Ella V was, she was okay. What are you laughing at?
yeah, Jen
I
Rosendahl
did
was
it in
tall.
the
I remember.
privacy of my
I
own
remember.
room, man.
I
And
even remember what they were wearing.
I think I had a picture, and
I
now
kind of
it's
remember
gone.
what they were
You
wearing.
took a picture.
But
You
JC
took a picture.
Parker
You were the
stayed
one
at
that
the
took a
station. She
picture.
hung out. Yeah,
Really?
you have a
No.
picture. You have a picture. Yes,
You were the one that took
yes,
the
I
picture
know.
because I
You
was
have a
there. I
picture. You
put my
still,
arms
it
around
was like
them,
from your phone.
and holy crap.
I'm gonna try to look for it. I'll try to look for it. I think I might have it. I think I might have it. Yeah, you have a picture. With both of them, and but JC Parker went to the station. She stayed long because she guested. She was she guested at Danny's bar, resto bar. Were you ever
JC
at
Parker?
Danny's? You know where they did the
No, no.
Coyote
I
Ugly, the
think when
girl.
JC
Yes.
Parker came, I think when she came, I was already out because I've not seen her. I've
Yeah, it was
not met her in
Mao.
person. I have not interviewed her.
Mao
Right.
interviewed
I
her.
know I interviewed Jen and
I remember
Ella V,
back in
but
the day,
not
Rod
JC
said,
Parker. Because like I think
"Yeah,
she was
there's
like a
a
model for
I
some of the
Gwen
photographers
Garcia
in Davao,
kind of looks funky."
right? But well,
Yes,
don't you find her hot?
yes.
I think she's hot.
Yeah. Who? Gwen Garcia?
Yeah.
Who were you asking about? Gwen Garcia?
But like for example, like a lot of people were
Nah,
like,
I
"Oh,
don't.
Maui
She looks
Taylor's
kind
hot,"
of
but like
weird to me. She's
I never like to me, Maui Taylor looks like a kid. It's like she looks like a kid. It doesn't feel right. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
I'm like,
Same,
yeah.
same here.
I
Maui
would feel like
Taylor
I'm a
just, I
pedophile if
just,
I'm like, nah,
I'd rather
you're like a
Katya.
kid. No,
Katya
Katya, yeah,
looks
Katya.
young too,
Katya's
but
like,
Maui Taylor is just Maui Taylor was never.
right? So
Yeah.
you look at Maui
Priscilla
Taylor and you're like,
Almeida,
thinking like,
aka Abby Viduya. Yeah.
right? Okay, here's the thing: Priscilla Almeida
I know.
and Abi Viduya. I don't know, like no, Priscilla Almeida and Katya Santos. They were like child stars, yeah. So it was kind of like I was struggling with the thought that
Yeah.
why are they in the sexy whatever business, right? So it was just like, but then like yeah, I'm like all right, they're old now, it's fine. But yeah,
I
with
think they were in
Maui Taylor, no,
DJIS.
I could not. What's this?
Yeah,
It's
Jennifer
weird seeing
Lee
it
became
now since
DJ.
I now know
So
Jennifer Lee personally. Right. True. Yeah. I mean, you know the person personally
yeah,
now,
because she's a
and you
DJ
see
now.
these things on like whatever, and it's like crap. It's like wow, it's kind of awkward. You would probably feel guilty or whatever. Artists na naging dancer ng stag. What the heck, Jepoy? What the heck, man? Do you guys remember the show Subic Bay? What's Subic Bay?
I don't remember that show. I don't remember. Oh, yeah, good. I don't remember Subic Bay. Probably it's probably starred what's the name? What's her okay, hold on.
Artista
What's
na
that
naging dancer
movie
ng
with
stag?
yeah, no. Jeff, I don't think she was a dancer ng stag. I think she danced at I'm not sure one of those places, but hindi siya dancer ng stag. She became Nino Mulak's girlfriend for a while. And then she became Mon Confiado's girlfriend.
What do you
No,
mean you
she
my
didn't.
AIDS? What are you
Wait lang.
talking about? Do you have facts? I mean, are these facts? Or is this fake news? Hey, Jepoy.
Dude, dude, hold on. Dude, hold on. Whatever happened to AIDS, man? I
It's
mean,
still
did it just
around. What
die?
are you talking
Like,
about?
does it not
No,
exist?
it's still around.
No, no, but I mean, no, no, but I mean, no, no, but I mean, like, I know, but like, what? It stopped spreading? What's going on? Like, you would think people with the amount of sex people are having nowadays, it's probably more spread than back then. I mean, like
Yeah,
back then we had
if you don't
girlfriends.
use
Now people have
protection,
Tinder. People,
if you don't use
I know, but I
protection,
mean, it's bound to happen because I mean, back then, the only like
well,
you'd
back
think
then
that
people
this
were
would
not
be. I mean,
informed. People
I'm glad
having
that it's not
unprotected
spreading.
sex all the time. So it was kind of like a difficult time, yeah. But now people are more informed and people are more, you know, cautious and people take precautions. Use
Okay,
ice
I don't.
wrapper. What?
Okay, hold on. The one Jepo is talking about. Are you talking about like Sarah Jane? I don't think she danced for. Okay, there are medicine. They're medicine for it now. Yeah, exactly. Magic Johnson even got fat.
Well, there's HIV and a full blown AIDS.
Burit,
You know,
burit, burit.
so here's the
Full
thing: people
blown.
were
Yeah,
like,
that's
"Oh,
full.
Magic Johnson had
Everything is
AIDS."
full
No, he
blown, right?
didn't. He was HIV positive. He didn't have AIDS. I think like he was
Joey
HIV
Marquez
positive.
too, right? Joey Marquez.
What?
Joey Marquez.
I that I do not know.
HIV. Hair is vanishing.
I'm not. I don't have that. I just have HV. Hair vanished.
Hair is
Hair
vanished.
vanished.
Hair is
Not
hair is
HIV,
gone.
just HV.
HIG.
Hair
No, I
vanished.
think
Or
Jeffrey was
yeah,
talking about Sarah Jane. I don't
Sarah,
know if Sarah
Sarah
Jane
Jane.
became a oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think she danced. I think Sarah Jane lived in Davao. That's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I don't know exactly where she danced or where she performed. But God, I didn't meet her. But anyway, um,
Kaya nagkatulog
all
si
right.
Chris. Are you saying
Anyway,
tulog or
kaya
tulo? Man, the things that you bring up, Jepoy, the
Jeffrey
things
is
that you
drunk.
bring up, it's always like stag, AIDS or whatever, and like nagkatulo or oh man,
Mark Anthony Fernandez. I totally
Mark
forgot
Anthony
about that.
Fernandez.
But
Holy
anyway.
crap!
Jepoy, what are you doing in Cavite, man? I mean, are you working there? What are you doing in Cavite? I'm not, uh, and good you were able to travel, but I guess he wasn't able to go back to Dumaguete. That's where originally he's from.
Mhm.
But
And by the
what
way,
would you be
people,
doing in
on
Cavite? Who's
Saturday
there? May asawa ka na ba dyan?
we're gonna do a
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A
show in
challenge, a
Bisaya.
challenge.
We're gonna do a challenge, and we're gonna do it the show in Bisaya for
Yes.
about an hour. For about an hour, we can't speak English,
Yeah.
we can't speak Tagalog. We have to speak in Bisaya. So it's going to
All
be
Bisaya.
a Bisaya show for solid Bisaya, hardcore Bisaya for 1 hour. It's a challenge that Pinky brought up.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that on Saturday. It's probably the first
Yeah.
hour or the second hour.
Yeah.
We're doing it the first hour, yeah. All
Okay.
right, we'll do it in the first hour.
Probably the first
Much
hour.
fun.
So we'll just
First
shock
hour is
people
better,
when they tune in. They'll be like,
right?
oh, ba't yung
So
nag-English yung mga to? We're
we'll
gonna do
be
it all in
in
Bisaya
we'll
for the
be
first
in
hour.
vernacular. Bisaya. So
Yeah.
I'm
There's a
gonna
there's
I'm probably gonna post it on
okay.
like Thursday maybe or Wednesday.
In Bisaya. In
Tease it.
Bisaya. Post
Yeah,
it in
in Bisaya. In
Bisaya.
Bisaya.
Yeah, post it in Bisaya. Yeah.
Right, right,
Jepoy,
right.
so Edwin
So
is there? Your brother Edwin is in Cavite? Oh, I didn't know he moved to Cavite. I think he was here. But
you
anyway,
guys move there.
Ice,
So do you
I gotta
speak
ask you,
Tagalog
have
there
you
now?
gone scuba diving? Have you? Yeah,
I
Tagalog
don't know
niya.
how to swim,
Ano
man.
yan eh. Si Attorney Pete Vasquez
Do you say
yan eh.
54 and
Um,
45?
you know.
100.
Oh,
No, tonton.
Tonton. Okay. All right. Different
No, no,
bro. Different
I
bro.
have not scuba dived ever. I do not know how to swim. So, but then my friends were telling me you don't need to know how to swim. But I'm like, no, I doubt it.
Flip mode.
Like that involves
Flip
water.
mode
You have
is
to know how to swim.
flip flip mode is crazy for scuba diving, right?
I
It's like
know. And
it
he's
goes
been
to
telling me
like
like, hey, you can
far off
scuba dive
places.
even though you don't know how to swim. I'm like, no, I don't want to die. I will not take your word for it. There's water in it,
It's also
and
not
it's
my
deep.
thing.
It
No,
involves
no. And
swimming.
the reason I mentioned this because Jepoy's
Can
kuya
you swim?
Edwin used to manage the first dive shop in Davao.
All right.
In I think it was Blue Carabao or something Carabao. It
So I
was
would assume that
yeah. His brother used
I
to.
assume that. So I assume that they are scuba diving. Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah. Dumaguete is
they do scuba
you know
dive.
if you
Yes.
live in
All
Dumaguete,
right.
that's like by the sea. Yeah,
Have
yeah.
you ever tried
I
it?
haven't. No, no, me. I haven't. Nope, it's not
Can
my
you swim?
thing. It's not my thing. Like I can
But you can
swim, but
swim,
only
yeah.
like from here to like the edge of the pool. Yeah, I can
At least
swim,
you can.
but I'm not
I
like a
can't do
good
that. I
swimmer.
cannot. I cannot
Pro
swim.
dive. It's
I cannot even. I cannot even get to the other side of the pool.
okay.
I would die in the middle. Like
Don't
I would
tell
try
people
it, and
that. Don't tell
when I get
people.
to the
They
middle, I would
might
die.
push you.
Right.
But it, but
Well,
but it, but you're safe in a bathtub, right?
good
You
luck to
can you can
them.
take a bath in the bathtub.
Right. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I'm not going to die in the bathtub. Carabao Dive Center. Right.
Hey, Whitney Houston did.
She did. Well, I don't
Yeah,
drink. I
Whitney
don't do
Houston died in the
drugs.
bathtub.
So, all right. Yeah. Well, if you're drunk, right, or if you're high, that could possibly happen. Or if somebody drowns you in the tub, yeah, that could happen.
Yeah,
If my wife decides to
yeah.
drown me in the tub,
Or
yeah, that could happen. Or snow.
or you were drying your hair. You were drying your hair and you dropped the hair dryer in the tub with you.
Dude,
You
see,
know,
that's
like
the thing. Why would you dry your hair
that would kill.
inside the shower or inside the tub? That's like just stupid.
No, you know what? You know what? If you, some hotel bathrooms actually have a hair dryer that's hanging uncomfortably too close to the tub. You notice some hotel rooms, like the bathrooms, they would have a hair dryer, and it's like near the mirror of the sink, but
Right.
the bathtub's like right there. So it could be accidental. What if your kid walks in and grabs it and
Can you
turns it
sue
on and
these
throws it
hotels
at you?
though?
You know, like
Can you see? Can you sue these hotels?
you can. You'd be dead. You'd be dead. Your wife would have to do it.
No, I mean like just before,
I
like you
mean,
find it, like oh, I'm gonna sue you. You planning to kill me? Are you
uh,
giving people ideas?
it's definitely a no. But think about it, right? Sometimes we leave our kids in the bathtub. Like whenever we go to a hotel room, we don't have a bathtub in the house. I let Raj like stay in the. What if he sees it and thinks it's a toy gun or something? Grabs it,
I
turns it on,
know,
and
right?
I mean,
It's
I think
crazy.
about that stuff. I think about that stuff, right? So anyway,
Right. So,
all right. So
hmm.
so Saturday we're doing a Bisaya episode. Thursday, what are we doing?
Absurd Filipino
We'll have something.
cultures.
We'll come up with something. We'll
Because
come
we
up with
were
something.
supposed to talk about it like
Collections.
Saturday.
You
So
want to? Oh yeah. We'll do the cultures then.
absurd
Don't you
Filipino
want to do
cultures.
that with
Yeah.
the Bisaya thing though? Don't you want to do that with
Oh yeah.
the Bisaya?
All right.
So like
Okay.
Pinky can
So
join in.
collection. What collection?
Like
What
the
porn
Bisaya
collection?
first hour, the second hour.
Yeah. Okay.
No.
That could work.
I kind of want to show someone like I have like collections from my childhood and stuff. Like because it's visual, right? So I mean Thursday nobody really whatever. I mean you have like your watches, you have your shoes. Let's show our
They're not
stuff. I mean
special watches.
mine
They're
is
just
more
like
for nostalgia.
watches. Yeah.
I'm not
All
showing
right.
up my
Well,
watches either. I don't have like just like your caps, like your caps. I want to see your caps.
dude, I don't have
I
expensive
want to see your
caps. I don't
caps
even like
definitely. I know you
a
have a lot
new
of
era
caps.
cap.
No, but you have a
Like
lot. But you have a lot.
well,
That's expensive
I have a
here.
few.
I
I have
don't.
a few. Not really.
I have like
I don't.
one. I have like one new era. Yeah,
All right.
whatever it is that you
Okay. Any
have,
collection. Any collection.
like whatever. 'Cause I
All
have
right.
like
How,
I have comic
so
books.
we can't show our porn
Yeah,
collection. Yeah.
like we can just show it off. Like okay, this is this whatever. You can. Do you have one?
No,
Like magazine?
dude, who like really?
I mean, you don't have to
Seriously, people
show
still go to
the
magazines
film.
now? Like no, yeah, no, like come on, man.
I
Like in
still
the
have
era of like
magazines, but I
internet.
don't have
Oh
my
man, I
VCD. May
remember
mga
those
VCD pa
times.
ba
Like
kayo dyan?
magazines. Oh man,
Okay.
those were the days.
Here's the thing. When it comes to adult VCDs, everybody has a copy of Scorpio Knights, Hibla, and Madam X.
You gave me
Or
your
Cerex
collection. You
or
gave me your collection. I think you already gave me your collection
I did.
back in the day before I left.
Was it
You're
like
like, hey,
a
you want them
container?
nice? I'm like,
Was it
right,
like
yeah,
was it like
yeah.
yeah,
No, it
yeah.
wasn't. Yeah, like you gave it to me. It wasn't even a trade. It was just like, yeah, you can have it. I don't have use for it anymore. All right, I'll take it.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah. You still have it?
No, I don't like. It's probably in. I don't know if they didn't throw it out, but I left it in my house before I left. But that was like in the old house. So when they moved to Obrero, I don't know if they brought it with them or they threw it out. So I'm not sure. Hopefully they didn't.
Yeah, Don
Those were great.
probably has it.
Probably Eldon has it.
Yeah, those are great. Those are great.
All
Those
right.
are
Okay, so
carefully chosen.
Thursday
I can't
collection.
find them on any of the sites anymore. Yes, Thursday collection.
I'm gonna
Thursday
do the
collection. So
the
we'll see you
collection
guys
thing.
on
We'll
Thursday.
show you our collections.
And then
All right,
don't
okay, we'll see you
forget,
on Thursday.
if you guys want to watch the episode, If you missed it, you can
Yeah,
watch it
it's
on
on
our YouTube on our
Facebook,
Facebook page.
and there's also a YouTube channel. And right, tell your friends about it. Right?
Yep.
Who wants? What's this? Who
All
wants to
right.
have my pipe collection? Whatever. All right, so everybody, good night. My name is Iceman,
Rod Rodriguez.
and this has been another edition of the OK Show. We are out. Good night. Adios.